Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. And if this is indeed the first time that you're on my channel, my name's Vanessa Somuayina and I'd like to welcome you into the fam. So guys, as per our tradition on this channel, I have your monthly predictions and horoscopes prepared for you. But isn't it so crazy that it's about to be September? I feel like January and February were just yesterday. I feel like I barely even stepped into 2024 and now we're already at the end? Huh? So your September horoscope that you're about to receive is 100% personal to you, as it's comprised of two individual parts. The first part of your reading is made up of one of the symbols that I will introduce you to in just a moment, and then I would like you to pick one of those three symbols in order to receive the first part of your September prediction. So you're going to pick one of the three symbols intuitively, click the timestamp, and receive part one of your September reading. And then things get even more intriguing and personal as we add your zodiac sign into the mix. So I have an individual reading for each of the 12 zodiac signs. So once you've received part one of your reading, which was based on the symbol of your choice, you then get to scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section where I have provided you with the timestamp for each and every zodiac sign. Click your sign and then you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction. So fusing these two parts together makes for a ultra personalized and accurate September horoscope. For all of you who just want to tune into your zodiac sign, that's awesome, go for it. Your zodiac sign is also known as your sun sign. However, if you are aware of your moon and your rising sign, which can easily be calculated by just typing in your place of birth, your time of birth, and your date of birth into Google, and that's going to spit out all of the information that you need. If that is the case for you, feel free to watch your sun, moon, and rising sign. And furthermore, you guys, before I introduce you to the three symbols that I have prepared for you today, I would just like to say thank you to each and every one of you who has been here on this journey. I just want to honor you guys and put some of the most beautiful, heartwarming comments on the screen right now that I've received on YouTube, on Instagram, in my online spaces. You guys even send me emails, letters, gifts. Literally, the love is insane. And I want to just say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Even if I'm unable to reply to every single comment or every single DM, I want you to know that they are seen, they are felt, and they are greatly appreciated. And that you are the reason why I continue to do what I do, because I want to create a safe, healing environment on the interweb where each and every one of us can finally feel like we belong and we're not always the outcasts, the underdogs, the black sheeps of the family. And this is a judgment-free zone where we use tarot and spirituality in order to improve ourselves, in order to live our best lives. We focus on the things that are within our control. And as a YouTuber, I just feel so blessed and grateful to have an audience and a community that just gets it. It feels like a huge club, like a society of beautiful, intelligent, kind, empathetic souls. And for that, I will never be able to thank you enough. I know, cheesy intro, but I really like to connect with you guys. I always want to remind you of how loved you are and how special that you are to me. But now, please, let's get into the readings. So as promised, I will first introduce you to the three groups. I'm going to put them on the screen away from my face so you can just focus on the three symbols. Pick whichever one naturally and intuitively speaks to you. Don't overthink this process. Go with whichever symbol that your gut tells you this is it. Then click the timestamp of that symbol, watch that reading, and then you can add on your zodiac signs prediction. Again, those timestamps are below in the description box, and I also pin them to the top of the comment section so you've got quick and easy access from your mobile devices, from your TVs, your laptops, your tablets. You get the story. So please make full use of my predictions, get all of the value, all of the support and healing that you could need, because that's what they're here for. That's the intention behind these horoscopes and predictions. So I will catch you at the click of your timestamps. Hello, my beautiful soul of symbol 1, and welcome to your September prediction. This is the first part of your reading, so this is based on the symbol that you chose during the intro of this video. And once you've received this reading, we're going to head on into the horoscope portion, which is based on your zodiac sign. So let's get straight into it, group number 1, and see what's coming towards you during the month of September, shall we? I'm so excited to uncover everything that the universe has to share with you about your upcoming month and how you can best prepare for success. So first up, we've got receive healing. Group number 1. When's the last time you went for a checkup at your dentist? Or that you even did blood work? Maybe you still need to go to your OBGYN. Perhaps you've been putting off your physiotherapy appointments. Whatever the reason is, whether it is the perception of lack of time, or perhaps you feel as though, well, you know, it's too expensive and I'll do it once I've made more money or I've saved money. I understand, group number 1, but September is the month to receive healing. We also have that in correspondence to the number 1. Stop putting off your self-care. Let me ask you something, symbol 1. If you receive an unexpected charge or bill and you have to pay it, otherwise you're going to go to jail, you're going to find a way to do it. So can we use that same energy for ourselves? Can we use that same energy for you to receive the healing that your body, mind, and soul deserves? Whether it's actually going to therapy, whether it's actually putting yourself first, buying organic foods, feeling good, receiving healing, because at the end of the day, all that you have is your physical state as well as your mental state. If you are in a state where you can't work anymore, everything else is not going to matter because you won't be able to put anything out. You won't be able to make money anymore anyways. So you have to take care of yourself first. You are your biggest asset. Always remember that. Listen to your body. Group number 1, the universe, your guides, your angels, spirit, God, whatever it is that you'd like to call it. I want you to know here that you're receiving very clear signs that September is the month to listen to your body. If you've been feeling a little off, whatever it is, whether it's feeling off mentally, whether it's some sort of weird pain, maybe you've been feeling more down and depressed than ever. Go and check out what's going on. Receive the healing, group number 1. There's no reason not to. There's no reason for you to put off feeling good. And also remind yourself, the longer you put off taking care of yourself, the higher the likelihood that something that is small will spiral into a larger issue. And this is not to scare you whatsoever, group number 1, but you guys know I'm your big sis from the internet. I will always tell you everything exactly how it is because I want you to be safe. I want you to be anxiety free. I want you to be healthy. I want you to use these readings in order to then actually take action within your life and change things for the better. So listen to your body. Group number 1, in listening to your body, another thing that I'm getting here is that your body might be craving certain nutrients. And you see how we have this really gorgeous dragon here on her shoulder and she's kind of mischievously looking over here. This is about also giving in sometimes to some sweet treats that you may want to have and that may make you feel better. So that doesn't mean eating the whole cake, but it's actually learning to do things with temperance, to do things in a way that, all right, you had your cake, you had your sweet treat, but you didn't overdo it. You didn't overindulge. It's about understanding how to say stop, how to quit at the very moment where you still feel like you had the sweetness, the indulgence that you wanted, but you don't feel bad about the fact that you gave in. And there is that beautiful intersectionality between having what you want but not feeling bad for it because it's considered unhealthy or not good. Oh, okay. Spirit brought us a card that fits so perfectly onto this. Nourish your inner wealth. Now, you guys, it has become abundantly clear in my last readings, you guys have noticed it. The connection that I have with the unseen realm has just taken a whole nother dimension. The fact that we were literally just talking about nourishing, having the sweet treat, eating whatever it is that you desire for your inner wealth, basically. And then Spirit brings us a reiteration of this. It's like we don't actually need the cards within these readings. We don't actually need an oracle card. We don't need a tarot card. What we really need is to actually take action on this. Cards are simply confirmation for you feeling like, oh, yeah, I should do that, but then not doing it anyways. No, if you're sitting in front of this reading with a notebook, you're taking notes, or you're putting things in your schedule, in your itinerary, I don't just want this to be another tarot reading that you're consuming. I want this to be one that you actually take action on once you are done with your reading, once you're done with your psychic prediction for September. Nourish your inner wealth. Your inner wealth, this is almost like you are this golden box. You're this box made of gold. You've got treasures within you. Within this box, there's some sort of liquid. It looks like the ocean, which means on the inside, you are deep as the ocean, even though on the outside, you may look glitzy and glammy, or as though people wouldn't see this wealth of depth and knowledge just from your external perspective. But once they get to know you, they see that you're actually a lot deeper than anything that meets the eye with you. And I want you to remember that to be someone of such depth, to be someone who goes so deep in friendships and relationships, it requires a lot of emotional stamina. It requires a lot of strength from the inside out. And to be strong, it takes mental capacity. For your brain to be strong, you have to nourish your body. What you put into your body dictates the output. So it's important that you nourish your body with high quality foods. Get those supplements, all right? Whatever it is that makes you feel good, stop judging what it is, just do it. You guys know I've been plant-based for like 11 years or something like that. That makes me feel good. I just do it. I don't care who judges. I don't care what people say. And I really truly live by live and let live. I live and I let you live. If you are a carnivore, I let you live the carnivorous life because I'm actually practicing what I'm preaching. All right? And I'm not expecting someone who's a carnivore to do live and let live the way I do. That's why I'm plant-based. So this is about you, group number one, and not about what anyone else thinks. And this is about you doing what feels best in your body and in this very existence. Now, next up, we've got the collective heart. The collective heart is a representation that in September for you, there's going to be a collective gift that's given to you. A gift by colleagues, a gift by family members and close friends. If it is your birthday, that of course makes sense that people would come together and give you a gift, a surprise, make your time, your day special. However, given the fact that it's most likely not your birth month, I want you to know here within the collective heart, you are being recognized for the work that you put out. You're being recognized for the kindness that you share with other people. And I do see here within the sun that this is something you didn't expect and that's going to brighten up your entire September. Having public recognition for the fact that yes, you care, you put in the hard work, you do the reps, and finally people are seeing it, finally people are actually in a spot where they're showing appreciation. And it's not like you do these things because you want public recognition or you crave appreciation, but man, when you put in a lot of hard work, it's nice every now and then to be appreciated. I do see here within the crown energy, we've got activations of wisdom coming for you in September. Now you may think to yourself, Vanessa, what does this mean? Crown energy, activations of wisdom. Who wears a crown? Queens, kings, people of higher ranks. And you having this crown energy shows that you have elevated yourself from the inside out onto finally putting yourself on the same pedestal that you put other people. And it's not that you think you're better than other people, group number one, symbol one. It is that you understand, yeah, you also have wisdom to share. You also have your own life experiences that have shaped you and the way that you have been able to navigate life. And you have some very valuable lessons to share. I see here in crown energy and activations of wisdom that what actually comes in September is you're pouring out wisdom and knowledge to other people who are coming and asking you relationship advice and work advice. That's what I'm seeing here for September. And the 10 of Pentacles shows us that you are in charge and in control of your life in September. So things are a lot more put together than you thought they would be, symbol 1. And when people see that energy, when people see that happening for you, they want to know how you did it. And they will come to you and ask you how you created such a wholesome existence. Again, this is in September. If you feel like life is usually a little bit more chaotic, fear not, the chaos may be just around the corner in October. But all jokes aside, symbol 1, September is definitely a month where output has finally generated the results that you've been craving. We have 3 dogs here. And we have 2 individuals. They look like they've been together for a while. They've got these 3 dogs. They look to be a little older, like, all right, their kids have already left home. It's just them. They look successful. They look put together. Their clothes look of good quality. It seems as though they've accomplished everything in life that people usually have on their bucket list, right? Society standards have been achieved, and they did so well. And that's the kind of energy we've got for you for September. Obviously, it's not the, all right, you're 80 years old, your kids have left the nest, and here you've got your 3 dogs and your wife or your husband next to you. I mean, mind you, I do have all sorts of age brackets within my viewership, so this can be you. But what I'm trying to say, it's about the energy, not about the actual, quote unquote, accomplishments, the actual look of things. It's about the feel. Because to you, living a successful life might not be kids and a husband and the dogs and the white picket fence. For you, it might be being free. It might be doing philanthropic causes. It might be just living your best life with family and friends. I see here within the Queen of Wands that September is a month in which you're becoming even clearer on what it is that you want, what it is that you don't want. We have this black cat here on this person's shoulder, and they seem to have divine feminine energy that they're exuding, even though they're holding this wand, which represents masculine energy, the energy of getting things done, of not overthinking, but instead just acting, no daydreaming. All we're doing is, well, doing. And the Queen of Wands represents for you, group number 1, that September is a month of just doing and being proud of yourself. Because often the time it takes to procrastinate is longer than the task itself. Like the time it takes to avoid what you have to do, it's more time, it's more energy than just doing the thing. And it's often even more painful than just doing the thing. Because when you do the thing that you have been procrastinating, you get this huge feeling of like reward because you've been procrastinating it, right? So let's move a little more deeply into your reading. We've got a message here from your guides. Fear can hold you prisoner. Hope can set you free. Remember that, group number 1. We literally just spoke about procrastination. Procrastination is often rooted in fear or not wanting to do something, or both, a combination of fear and also, in a sense, like laziness, right? And that being reiterated, as already mentioned, nothing surprises me anymore with the angels, with the guides, because they're in every single one of our readings together. I do see here that the thing is, you have to hold on to not necessarily just hope, but the fact that the life that you want is right behind procrastination. The life of leisure and just feeling free, feeling light is right there for you, but you have to give up the putting off. What we have here is another message for you. They don't have a choice, but you do, from the Green Book. Now, I want you to remember, and I know this is so cliche, but hear me out, symbol 1, hear out your big sis. You guys know I'm always here to support you. A lot of people don't have a choice right now. They don't have a choice about the opportunities in their lives. They don't have a choice. They don't have clean water. They don't have a roof over their head. I mean, internet is not even something on their radar. They're trying to survive first and foremost. A lot of people also don't have a choice because, well, they're stuck taking care of a parent, a spouse, a family member who is terminally ill. They don't have a choice in their situation. I know you always have a choice, but let's be real. Those scenarios, it's kind of a lot harder to say that, well, you've got a choice, you know, and it's also not very nice to be doing that. The thing is, so many people, they don't have a choice, like what we just spoke about, but you, group number one, you do. You have a choice. You can choose to live freely, to be extremely successful. You have a choice to work out some of the kinks and trials and tribulations that you have in a way that you don't have to fall victim to it. You have more choices, more options than a lot of people. But do you see that? Do you recognize that? And again, we all have our challenges. It's not like you live life in a fairy tale and everyone else's life is hard and now the pressure is on for you to perform. No, you also have things that you're dealing with. But what Spirit is trying to say to you is you have a lot more options than you're aware of. And September is the month of finally taking that into consideration and acting on it. Okay, we have another quote from the movie La La Land. I'm letting life hit me until it gets tired. Then I'll hit back. It's a classic rope-a-dope. So sometimes you just have to allow for life, or in this case, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting the message of let the enemy hit you, hit you, hit you until the enemy gets tired, and then you hit back. So if you are dealing with a boss that's a terrible leader, in September, you're dealing with someone that is just a pain in the butt. Let them hit you. Let them carry on. Let them be completely out of line. Don't react to it. Kill them with kindness. And then once they're done, that's when you hit back. Because rather than engaging in this arguments, in this fighting with them, you preserved your energy so that then once you are ready and they have used all of their energy for huffing and puffing, you get to hit back in a way that they didn't expect. Like resigning, moving on to a better job, because while they were huffing and puffing, rather than worrying about them, what you did is you got out and you got a new job. You started your business. You learned your worth and you're leaving this partner that doesn't appreciate you. So you're being very strategic in September. And September is definitely the month in which allow things that are challenging to hit you until it gets tired. Then hit back and you will, first of all, lose a lot less sleep, a lot less energy, and you will again use a lot less of your life force to hit back because the quote-unquote enemy is already tired. So group number one, this is the reading that I received for you for the first part of your September prediction. What I would like for you to do right now is to scroll down into the description box. Click your zodiac sign. You can also find it pinned to the top of the comment section, and then you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction to add on to this first part, which will make for your complete September reading. You guys know the Unicorn Mom did not come to play. There's a reason why I'm also known as the Psychic CEO here, because when we do things on this channel, we do them right. So make sure that you get the second part of your reading to get your full September prediction and horoscope, and I'll catch you at the click of your zodiac signs timestamp. Hello symbol 2, and welcome to part 1 of your September horoscope, which is based on this group that you chose during the intro of this video. So this is the first part of your September prediction before we move on to your zodiac signs reading. So both of these parts added together are what will enable you to receive your full September prediction. So let's get into it, shall we? I love these oracle cards as they bring so much clarity
for our upcoming month. So we've got nurture. Take care of your needs first. Your nurturing will benefit others only if your own needs are met first. Nurture the new in your life and watch it grow. Group number 2. Have you been putting off your self-care as of recently? Did you do that sheet mask? Did you go get that checkup at your doctor's or at the dentist? Did you make sure that you've been eating healthy food, putting yourself first, getting the naps, getting the rest, getting the recuperation? Because one thing that I do see here within nurture and the number 40 is that also your guides are trying to say to you, if you nurture yourself now, by the time you enter your 40s, you're going to be so thankful for the fact that you did and that you learned to take care of your needs first, because a lot of people who don't take care of their needs over years and decades, they become resentful, even though that's not who they are whatsoever. But learning to take care of your needs first and putting yourself first at times is an essential skill in order for you to avoid that type of fate. Here within the goddess, group number 2, you are giving us goddess energy in September. Yes, slay. I cannot wait to see the outfits you're going to wear. I can't wait to see the looks that you're going to bring to the table. The message we've got here is to embrace the feminine, create, be gentle, be nurturing, but still strong. Don't listen to those who want to keep you small. Believe that you are as important as the stars in the heavens. Because in a sense, of course, we can say, well, you know, there's so many humans, it won't matter whether one of us stops existing tomorrow. Of course, we can see it in that way. But we can also see it in the sense of everyone is so important. Everyone is such an essential part of society, of our community, of other people's lives. Not having them there is like a missing link. There's always a way to make things smaller, to make people less important, and there are some people who will always find a way to do that to others. And there's also always a way to hype people up, to make people feel amazing about themselves, to show people that they are important, that they do matter. And here within your reading with nurture and goddess, it's very clear, group number 2, you are meant to receive this message as a reminder. I truly believe that we don't need to be taught new things all the time. We need to be reminded of the basics all the times and the things that actually truly matter. One thing that I'm seeing here, numerologically speaking, and you may have noticed this as well, is that we've got the number 40 here and we've got the number 24. So the number 4 repeating itself in the first 2 cards that we received for you shows us that stability is important, as the number 4, numerologically speaking, is a number of stability and completion. Tying up loose ends in September will give you a goddess feeling, and that's also nurturing yourself, because when your to-do list shrinks, your anxiety does as well. Furthermore, the number 2 and 4, we are in the year 2024. That's your September prediction for this month. And another thing is that 4 divided by 2 gives us 2 again. So these numbers go together in a very round, complete kind of way. And I want you to understand here that what this means is that the number 2, the number 4, these numbers that are even, are the numbers that are going to help you in September to get to where you want to go. Hence also why the 5 of crystals is showing up in reverse. The number 5 is an odd number. This is a number of challenges, of fighting, of not really getting anywhere, but just having a lot of friction going on. The fact that this tarot card showed up in reverse shows us that this is the type of energy that's leaving your life. This is not the type of energy that is prevailing, that is staying within your life, that you are going to have to continue to deal with. No, that is leaving. What's staying is harmony. What's staying is everything that's relaxed, that's a vibe, that gives you the sense of, okay, you know what, I've got this, I can do this. And rather than procrastinating, I will just get stuff done. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse shows us that actually the month of September is not a month of luck, but it is a month of skill. Now let me explain to you. You know how when people become really successful, a lot of society will say, oh, they're an overnight success, or oh, they became really successful. But what we fail to notice is that they've been a success long before society noticed it, long before the public acknowledges success, you already have to be successful. You already have to put in the work. You've already spent years honing your skill and becoming this person. It's only when the world notices that we're like, oh, they're an overnight success. Well, a lot of these things that we're calling overnight success have been years and decades in the making, decades of hard work. So your guides are trying to remind you here to temper yourself in the sense of do not throw in the towel just because public recognition isn't here yet. If you're, for example, building a business of your own, and it is also in the wellness and holistic space, as your big sis and as someone who has experience within this, I want to remind you to stay strong. Just keep doing your thing. Keep posting, keep talking about it, keep working on it, keep finding your way to make it a success, because we all have a different way of getting there. For some it's YouTube, for some it's Instagram, for others it's mailing lists, for a third and fourth person it's cold calls, it's going to conventions, it's putting flyers in the mail. I want you to know here within Temperance for September, there is of course always the opportunity for you to see and deem things as challenging and difficult, but we can also change our perspective and see every moment as a moment in which we have opportunity to become the person we want to become. We've also got the love card that popped out as I was shuffling. Opportunity to share love with another person, to be compassionate, to be kind, to be giving, but also to receive love. Remember how we spoke about receiving within nurture, taking care of your needs first. I do also see here with temperance and love that showing compassion is something that you used to do extremely freely, and now you have to temper yourself and be a little more slow because you have been burnt on several occasions, several times, several moments. People showed you that they take your kindness as a weakness. So you allow for people to prove themselves first, which is great. As I see here in September, you are definitely getting love and adoration first before you give. And here within the fog, what I do see is September is going to be filled with fog, quite literally speaking. There are going to be a lot of very veiled days. So just as we have here in the depiction of fog, that is something that you will be seeing in September in your surroundings, all right? But group number 2, another thing that this represents is that until the fog and the veil has been lifted, you will take things slow. And you really needed this because as a lover girl, or a lover boy, whoever you identify as, you guys know everyone's welcome on this channel. You're the kind of person who always wants to give. You always want to serve. You always kind of crave this harmony. And it's important that you make sure you do that with people who actually deserve it. So we've got the letters D as well as A. All right, are we getting some sort of space? Okay, we have RJ as well. Okay. So I am getting a jar here for you, group number 2, and then we've got D as well. So a jar is a container, isn't it? It's a space in which we keep and we preserve something that we want to use, something that's useful. Often it's something that's savory or sweet. It's not really often a mixture. And then we have VED. All right, group number 2. So this is where things can get a little spooky. Bear with me. So we've got the jar, and then for Dev, I am getting this sense of the Devil card within the tarot, which is a card of temptation, which is a card of things that you know are potentially not the best for your health mentally or physically, but you're still going for it in this jar. Okay, so if you have this addiction to a certain food in a jar, and oh my God, for me it was this like peanut butter spread that I had purchased this one time. It's this caramel spread in Switzerland and Germany. They probably have it. You might have it in the US as well. I'm not sure about places like India and so on. It's called Lotus Biscoff, and it is plant-based, hence why I'm able to have it. And oh, you guys, addictive. There are other things in jars you may be addicted to. It could be something that is like put in oil. It can be something that just is very comforting for you to have. And your guides are trying to say to you, look, just don't get the jars, put them far away, try to temper yourself, all right? Temperance. Another thing that I am also getting here is dare. Dare to try something different. Dare to try something here that is out of the ordinary with someone whose name has a J or a V within it. Try something that is daring. You will not regret it during the month of September. I promise you, group number 2. Whether it is going out for an amazing trip that has been on your bucket list, it can be trying a business venture with this person. It can also be just putting yourself out there in the dating game and having someone to support you. So next we have the Knight of Swords within your reading, which represents freedom of speech. All right, no longer feeling like you have to hold in how you truly feel, but instead just communicating it and watching how certain people drop like flies. Some people cannot take the truth, group number 2. Some people don't know how to cope with another person's honesty. And I see here within the Knight of Swords or Knight of Blades, however you'd like to call it, they all correspond to the element of air, which represents communication and logic, that September is really a time of you not dealing with people who are extremely illogical. Because, yeah, there are emotions, but then there are also people who use their emotions as an excuse for bad behavior. And you're not with it. You're not about that. Here, the Two of Cups, by the way, is one of the most favorable cards when it comes to romantic love. This showing up for your September prediction shows us that for you, group number 2, romantic love is on a high during the month of September. Meeting a love interest, a twin flame, if you are completely single, is what's happening in September. If you are currently in a committed relationship, the spark will be reignited in September as you find your way back to this person in a very intimate sense. So no longer feeling as though, all right, I am by myself, I'm taking care of myself, or that the love, the intimacy, and the excitement has been lost, but things getting very interesting in love for you during the month of September. We have that in the Love card and the Two of Cups. This is a reiteration by your guides that love is important and it's great for you in September. Holding hands and having things that you and another person both connect on and both love is what brings you closer together. And it grows the compassion as well because you understand one another so seamlessly. Now, group number 2, this is the reading, the first part of your September prediction that I've received for you. What I would like for you to do now is to receive the second, even more intricate part of your reading to add on to this first portion of your prediction. What you're going to do is you're going to scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section. Then you will click your zodiac sign and be fast forwarded to part 2 of your September prediction, which is the horoscope portion, as it is based on your zodiac sign. That's what a horoscope is for any of you who are completely new to this space. So group number 2, thank you for joining me in part 1 of your prediction, and I can't wait to catch you during the zodiac portion of your September reading. Hello, my lovely soul of group number 3. You picked the third symbol during the intro of this video, which will make for the first part of your September prediction and horoscope before we move into your reading, which is based on your birth date, based on your zodiac sign. So let's get into it, group number 3, and figure out precisely what's coming towards you during the month of September. So we've got the island, we've got the whale, as well as the Milky Way. So right off the bat, I see here within the island that September is starting off with a lot of solitude. So you being like the only person on an island, you being by yourself, having a little bit of an introverted moment, but that does not disturb you because I see here within the island and solitude, you have things to do, and the island that you're keeping yourself on is a beautiful island with ground that is full of nutrients so you can grow things in it. You may think to yourself, Vanessa, what do you mean? Like, first of all, I'm not going to an island. I don't own an island. I am nowhere near an island right now, and I also don't have anything booked for September. Well, hold on, group number 3. The analogy is that you are spending time on your island, which may be in your office, in your home, in a space where you have solitude that brings you peace. And because you are away from everyone else's noise, everyone else's opinion, you are able to create. So that is the fruitful soil that you can plant your ideas in, and then actually watch those ideas that you have planted, those seeds, grow. And here within the whale, what happens towards the middle of September is that then there's a breach. Then there's a time where you're like, all right, I did solitude before this gets unhealthy, before I get into a little bit of autumnal depression. I'm going to breach. I'm going to spend time with others because, for one, my perspective is really important, and being able to comfortably be by yourself is definitely a skill that you're learning to master more and more. But I also see here within the Milky Way that sometimes seeing things from further away, gaining a different perspective, can help you in order to remind yourself, you know what? Actually, here, when it comes to my life, when it comes to my successes, talking to other people, it makes me feel good. Breaching my solitude is great because I've put in hard work. I know where I stand. I know I'm successful. But then at the same time, I'm also able to step into the outer world and see how others are doing and get feedback from others. See how others are keeping up with life, and it's not that you're comparing yourself, but it just reminds you to not be so hard on yourself, because, you know, you are really 1 in a billion, group number 3, in the sense of not many people have the discipline that you have shown. Not many people have the heart that you have, and the ability to be vulnerable yet still strong. Next up here within crown energy, we've got activations of wisdom during the month of September for you. This means that a lot of instances in September where you have to make big decisions are just going to be a replay of the past. So your intuition is going to be based on past experiences and patterns. So when your intuition is unbiased, and that's why I have like my whole intuition training that I developed, which is unbiased. That's when you use your intuition and there's nothing that your mind can piece together to tell you, oh, the right way is left or right. However, when you, for example, collected a lot of data over the years of your life, over your entire lifespan, if you have noticed, and this is just an example to simplify it, group number 3, so don't take this literally. So for example, everyone who you've ever encountered who has light hair and dark eyes and freckles, if every time you've encountered someone like that, it has been a situationship because you've fallen in love with them so quickly and you've overwhelmed them with just wanting to be around them, then of course in September when you encounter someone like this again, your wisdom will immediately tell you this isn't going to be anything. You're going to be obsessed with them, but it's not going to work out. It's probably just going to be another heartbreak. The same goes for business, for example, if like everyone that you've ever met that wears a suit, has black hair and blue eyes and is like 5'8", and a man has given you some sort of shady business deal and screwed you over, of course, the pattern recognition, your intuition in September is going to immediately tell you, hey, be wise when you meet someone who fits into this category, because it will tell you there's danger here. Whether it's language, whether it's some sort of external factor, I want you to know here in the spirals of love and grief that your connectivity from wisdom, from past experiences, it is going to put you during the month of September into the spiral of love and grief, in the sense of course, you're grieving not being as trusting as you once were, but you also see people for who they truly are and with whom you can spiral into love with. This could be a very close loved one in the sense of family who has proven to be so loyal, so caring, so kind. It could be a close friend or a romantic partner. I just want you to know here that these spirals are often similar emotions, even though it feels polar opposite, because love and grief, they are interconnected, because the bigger the grief, the bigger the love, right? And September teaches you that sometimes these really strong emotions that seem heavy, that seem painful, like grieving for a past loved one, even if it's been a long time since they transitioned to the other side, it does remind you like of all the amazing memories that you had with them. And actually this strong grief is almost like just a sign. It's like a telltale of how much you love them. It's almost like, I don't want to say a receipt, it's proof of how deep the relationship was. So in forward movement, I see that you'll have your moments of grief, of feeling down, perhaps crying, feeling like everything's too much before the forward movement, before you then actually just like pick up your horses, or shall I say pick up your butterflies and push and move forward again, group number 3. Because one thing about you is that you won't stay in a space of grief for too long, group number 3. That's one thing I can tell you for sure. Now, within moving forward, what this does is it liberates you. And from a place of overthinking and solitude, breaching that, you gain a different perspective in the sense of understanding if you really want to rely on someone, rely on yourself. If you really want reliability, first learn to trust yourself. Because learning to trust other people can feel easier and faster, because sometimes they will just tell you whatever you want to hear until the time comes to actually put their money where their mouth is, and then you see them for who they truly are. They may surprise you positively. You may also learn that they're just a good talker. But with you, you know within whether you can rely on yourself or not. You know deep within when you say, okay, I'm going to do laundry. You know whether you're going to do it that day or not. You know whether you're just going to wash things and not actually put them back in your closet. Group number 3, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Your big sis knows. Now, the thing here within nurture is that sometimes when we fall into these patterns of not following through or not being the most reliable person to ourselves with our own tasks, it can have to do with the fact that you are so busy the whole day. By the time you get home, by the time you have a moment to yourself, it's like, of course you don't want to do chores. Of course you're not in the mood to put in even more work. I mean, who would be? And then it's just like the situation in which you feel bad for not putting in more work. But can you really feel bad for just being exhausted and just needing to nurture yourself? Is that really something that we should allow for society to make us feel like, oh, we're lazy? No, group number 3. We're going to rephrase this and reframe this entire narrative. Now, this is a quote from Gone with the Wind. You're throwing away happiness with both hands and reaching out for something that will never make you happy. So rather than throwing away your happiness with both hands, right? Like literally being so hard on yourself after you just worked for an entire day, then you come home and you want to be disappointed in yourself because you're not putting in another work day into cleaning, organizing, admin, being put together, going to the gym, only eating healthy foods. I mean, come on, group number 3, give me a break. You're throwing your happiness away with both hands by doing that. And you're reaching for something that will never make you happy, which is being overworked, which is constantly being in agony, constantly overthinking, constantly being worried. And sometimes, you know what? Throwing away your happiness with both hands isn't even necessarily being like hard on yourself. Sometimes what that can be is actually the fact that you have a partner by your side who is not good for your nervous system. And I don't want to break up anyone's relationship, but let me just tell you, girl, if you are working, and I'm saying girl because I know like 90+% of my viewers are women, and I love how I said that in the last video, and then so many men came to represent in the comment section, and they were like, hey, like I'm here too. I'm a viewer, I count, and I matter, and you know what, you do. And I love that you stood up like that. But Just saying, like, girl, if you are working 3 jobs just to make sure that your baby daddy doesn't go to jail because he can't pay his child support, or whatever the crazy story is, like you are working day and night because he says he can't get a job, girl, get out. Get out. That has never ended up in the story that I know is your dream, of him eventually getting it together and then finally repaying you for all of the pain, the time, the hurt, the hard work. It doesn't happen. And I know I'm going to piss some people off with this. I know all of you who are literally working your butts off, your tushes off, you're going to feel away. Of course, this is going to call you out. This is going to be hurtful. You're going to be like, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah, but it's different in my situation. It's different with him. When I tell you, group number 3, I understand you in ways that you probably never thought I could or would, because, oh, I'm this like YouTuber, this fancy YouTuber who has her own business, blah, blah, blah. I'm human as well. Trust me when I tell you I understand you from the bottom, from the pits of my heart. But whether you are a guy or a girl and you are putting yourself through the trenches, being a reliable partner, nurturing another person while deflating and debilitating yourself, that is not love. It is not worth it. You are being used. And the whole story of things turning around and them all of a sudden becoming the person of your dreams, and you then being able to lean back while they do for you, while they provide for you, let me tell you, it does not happen. They go on to the next person, and they either provide for that person or they play the same game that they've played with you with someone else. And what Spirit wants you to do in September is to really ask yourself what you think you deserve, and then are your actions actually showing that you truly believe that? Because here within the volcano, we have a message of volatility. So this means an eruption. This means a big fight, a big discussion, a big blow up, a situation where you're like, I cannot anymore, I will not. Either something actually happens or I am out of the door. And that's with any romantic relationship or platonic relationship, because you yourself can get up and work hard and make things happen. And you're understanding a lot of people just use their traumas, their past, their aches, their pains, their ailments as an excuse. You could do the same, but you don't do it. And September is a month where it comes to an end of you taking care of others and there being no reciprocity. The wind shows us here that there's a new wind, a new energy activated within you. And the wind in the tarot, the suit of swords, which responds to the element of air, is the element of speaking. Speaking clearly, speaking directly, speaking honestly, and saying what's on your mind. And I can definitely see here for you, group number 3, you're not accepting the BS anymore. You're not accepting all talk and no walk. And because you have spent time in solitude building yourself, working on yourself, once you breach and you go out into the general public and you hang out with people again, the thing is, you're so good with yourself, you're so good with your own understanding of your capabilities and how strong that you are, no one's talk impresses you. Like, unless they've actually done something, it is just hot air. It's literally not interesting to you at all, because you have learned the whole game of all talk and no walk. And that's where I want you to know here, group number 3, you've gained so much strength and wisdom and perspective that is protecting you moving forward. Your forward movement is safe. September is a month of emotional healing and safety, because you have learned the telltale signs, you have learned the pattern recognition of relationships that are red flags and relationships that are emotionally unsafe. And you have grown to a point where you won't put yourself in that situation just for a cheap thrill or cheap excitement. Just like you're watching this reading right now, Leave a whale emoji below, by the way, if you're still here, because that shows you're a real one, and that's the only way anyone would know that you chose group number 3 for the first part of your prediction, by leaving that whale emoji in the comment section. Even you being here, it shows you are not into the cheap dopamine hits and thrills. You want long form healing type of content that is good for your nervous system, that is supportive for you. You're not into all of this childish stuff that just keeps you hooked and addicted, and in the end doesn't do anything for your life for the better. You had your phase, you've outgrown that, and now you're taking on a completely new level of success. You're taking on a completely new identity in September, and I can't wait to see more of what that entails. So group number 3, now scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and we'll move on to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction. So I will catch you at the click of your zodiac signs reading. Hello, my beautiful Aries babies. Welcome to your September predictions. I can't wait for us to get into this to figure out precisely what's coming towards my gorgeous Aries. I hope that you enjoyed receiving the first part of your September readings. During the intro of this video, you got to pick from the 3 groups, and that makes for part 1 of your September prediction. And now we'll move into the second, even more intricate and personal part of your reading. So first up, we've got the 5 of Swords. Aries, I can see that you're not taking ish from anyone. As a fire sign and the first sign of the zodiac, you are a leader, you are a pioneer, you are ruled by Mars, you're enthusiastic, outgoing. But one thing that you're not is a clown, my gorgeous Aries. You are not going to allow for anyone to give you backhanded compliments and just get away with it. The 5 of Swords shows me here that you've gotten to a point where you're just sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, man, why did I ever allow this? And you know what? I'm doing a pact with myself, Aries, with Aries. I'm not going to continue allowing this because I deserve better. That's what I see here within the 5 of Swords for you for the month of September. No more playing around, no more playing it small. You have gotten to the point where you have this moment of enlightenment that you deserve better. The 4 of Wands shows us here for you, Aries, that you're building a life with another person in September. If you are in a committed relationship, it makes sense that you would continue to build. You would continue to plan your future, to take action towards your future, to do all of that cute romantic stuff. If you are single, the 4 of Wands shows us here that what you're doing is you're meeting someone with whom you can see yourself building a future with. And when you know that they are the one is when you have said exactly what you want and they're still there, they're still square, and they're still ready to move forward. Just to give you an example, my gorgeous Aries, for me, that would be someone who is loyal. That's a non-negotiable. If I say that I were to leave a relationship if someone is not loyal and that person is, giving me some weird vibes after I've said that, after I've said, you know what, I think also, for example, divorce, completely legitimate if someone is lying, dishonest, or not loyal, and that person thinks, oh, you should be together through thick and thin, through lies and deceit, you should still stay there and you should still be okay with that. For me, that is a huge no. That's a huge red flag. But we all have our individual red flags. So use this and apply this to the fact that the person who is still there, after you have expressed your needs, your wants, the things you will and will not tolerate, that is your guy. That is your girl. That is your person. The 4 of Swords shows us here. September is also a time of rest when it comes to learning. All right. So after either a big exam or a time of taking in so much new information, learning so many new things, September is a month of finally taking it slow on the learning front, on the educational front. And the thing is, your brain, your body, your soul, it just needs a break. You've been putting in a lot of mental repetitions. You have been putting yourself in situations where, you work hard, you learn, you grow. The King of Swords shows us here that you've never been the kind of person who has been afraid to learn, to grow mentally, and also to have their mind changed. Some people, some individuals, they don't allow that. They don't permit themselves to grow mentally. They feel like they already know everything. So why should they learn from another person? Why should they listen to another individual? But you've never been like that, my gorgeous Aries. You've always been a very open-minded person. And with that and taking in a lot of information also comes a lot of energy that's invested into your thoughts, your patterns, your brain, just the entire thinking process that goes into it. And I see here within Blossoming Soul Song that for you, the month of September is actually a month of like freedom, creativity, not having to follow a routine, and a break from the day-to-day life. The harp gives us this entire vibe of softness, perhaps even harps showing up in your life and harp music. So getting into softer music. If usually you're into like this R&B, rap, hip-hop, bangers, pop, as well as like K-pop and so on, you know, upbeat kind of music. I see a lot of chill, lo-fi, study vibes and sounds during the month of September, even some classical music just playing in the background as you're cleaning up and you're running your errands in your car as well. Here within the Queen of Air, I want you to understand that what we've got in September is this very light language of being honest, being real, and angel number 444. Within the Queen of Air, we've got the number 4, Blossoming Soul Song, came with the number 44. So here for you, my gorgeous Aries, we've got 4 as well as 44, so 444, angel number 444 showing up in your life during the month of September. Write it down. Make sure that you come back and you confirm, because I can tell you without a doubt that this is a number that is continuously going to show up to the point of it almost being freaky during the month of September for you. Now, my gorgeous Aries, paying attention to this number will lead the way for you. That means that when you're uncertain and this number shows up, it is nudging you in a direction that you're meant to go in. Another thing with 444, I even see you having this idea, this vision during your downtime from learning and studying to get a tattoo, to get something that represents 444, even like a shirt, a sweater with that angel number. And I see here within meditation that you spending more time in solitude, you spending more time in meditation, sleeping, napping, relaxing, is actually giving you way more clarity than you have ever had in your life before. Because the thing here for you is just the fact that you don't want all of the talk, all of like the other people butting into what you're supposed to do. Like if you're tired, man, and you're not going to feel bad about taking naps. Like we all need recuperation, and in Hidden Blessings, I can tell that in many ways taking rest and naps has been like demonized in close circles around you and made to seem as though, oh, you're being lazy when you're taking time to relax. And this kind of like toxic behavior is something that you no longer want to continue entertaining within your life, because you can tell there's just no point. Like, why even believe that? Why even feed into that, my gorgeous Aries? Because with how much you put out, you deserve to rest. You deserve to just be able to chill. All right, let's move a little further into it, my gorgeous Aries. So we have got a quote here from the Grand Budapest Hotel. Let's get into it. Rudeness is merely an expression of fear. Nothing phases you. September is a month in which you will be tested in some ways, and then you will have the immediate answer as to, did you grow as an Aries or did you not? And the answer is going to be a clear yes, because any kind of rudeness that comes towards you, whether it's the person at, the coffee shop, whether it's the person in the line as you're paying for your groceries, the car wash person, the person who you need to deal with for your accounting, it's like you get that their rudeness is just a sign of fear, of their own insecurity, of their own feelings of inadequacy, especially if you haven't done anything. It's like there's no reason to be rude. And rather than ever even allowing that to make you feel like you are doing something to cause it, you're looking at it very objectively and you're understanding that some people will always have an issue with everything that you do. And you might as well just focus on what you've got going for yourself. Focus on resting. You remember the amount of times you were overthinking someone's rudeness, someone's unnecessary words. You could have been napping, Aries. You could have been sleeping. And then when you get up, have the energy to continue conquering the world as you were. So Spirit is guiding you towards doing just that. My gorgeous Aries, if you do one thing in September, then I want that to be you literally keeping a nap diary. Nap a lot. Do not feel bad about it. Give your body rest. Trust me, you will feel so fantastic and you'll be ready to slay the rest of the year once you give yourself some downtime during the month of September. So my gorgeous, gorgeous Aries baby, this is the reading I received for you. Please do leave a flame emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know you're an Aries, you were here, and you received the second part of your prediction. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of our upcoming readings. Hello, my stunning Taurus baby, and welcome to your September predictions. I can't wait to get into this horoscope portion of your reading. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your prediction where you got to pick from the 3 groups within the intro. But now we will talk all things Taurus, shall we? Let's get into it. First up, we've got the fog. Okay, in September, there's going to be a lot of fog, a lot of veiled weather situations, but the fog in a deeper sense shows us here that there will be a lot of things that seem unknown and like they are still a secret, waiting for an answer from someone, trying to get those test results back that are keeping you up at night. And I see here within the ocean that what this is going to do for Taurus during the month of September, it's going to make you more emotional than you usually are. Taurus, you are usually really in control of your emotions. You know how to stay put in a situation in which other people are losing their minds. And I see here that during September, you are far more connected to your emotional side than usual. That doesn't mean you're acting erratic or crazy. It just means that you are a lot more understanding of people who easily get emotional. And I see here within the waterfall that nevertheless, September is a effortless month for you. Even though you are waiting on information, even though certain things are veiled, they're unclear, they're foggy, it is not making you uneasy to the point that you are stressed. You are too cute to be stressed, my gorgeous Taurus baby. And you're really living that cute life. You're really living that life of, yeah, I am too cute to be stressed. And if anyone is bringing stress into my life, they're simply not for me. I see here within vibration for you that you very instantly, quickly notice someone's energy and vibration. And that leads you to decide instantly whether you want to keep them around or not. Because living in the I'm too cute to be stressed era also means no new friends who are stressful, no new acquaintances, no new situationships. Vibes are important to you. You're all about people's energy. And I see here within choice that in September, you're just making the choice to stick to whatever serves you, and you're not making any exceptions. Choice shows us that September is definitely a month that is all about you choosing what's best for you. In the past, you had choices, and sometimes you made choices that maybe were not the best for your mental health. And you're accepting that you made that choice, you made that decision, and that's what led you to be here today. But that doesn't mean that you will continue to make that type of choice, because reliability is what is most important to you. As a Taurus, you're a stable earth sign. You're usually pretty good at your jobs and just managing finances in general. And I do see here within reliable that for Taurus, you deserve that in a partner. And we already all knew this, but you, Taurus, you're only noticing in September, hey, all of these unreliable people with whom I make plans with and they cancel last minute, these partners that I don't know whether they actually really love me, care about me, and want to be there for me, why am I even doing this to myself? Why am I even allowing this? Like, I really don't need this within my life. And that's where I can see for you, my gorgeous Taurus, that a lot is changing. A lot is changing in the sense of you're not choosing who doesn't wholeheartedly and reliably choose you. Reliability over everything. I do see here within detours from the divine that there will be some detours in your path to success, in your path to where you're going next. So for example, you might want like a promotion to build your own business, and the detour could be completely going in a different direction in the sense of switching jobs, starting from seemingly zero, but then you can climb the ladder way faster because you have a fresh slate in a place that actually encourages your success. That's what I see here in detours from the divine for you. I also see in the detours from the divine that sometimes when we think things are falling apart, they're actually just being put together right before our eyes in order to avoid continuing a route that wasn't meant for you. The old needs to crumble. Now, the guide and the gift shows us here that you will be strongly connected to your spirit guides in September, meaning that this connection will unlock gifts and passages for you. These passages are doors that are opening into a new reality that you have been desiring. Now, when you are connected to your gifts, when you are connected to your guides, everything happens simultaneously. When you lean into what you were meant to do, for me, it's, for example, helping people through tarot. I always knew I wanted to help people, but I didn't know how I would do it. And then I found tarot cards. Then I found oracle cards. I found crystals. And I continue to build on that. For you, it may be that you've always wanted to support and help people by teaching, by giving them knowledge, by giving them skills that no one can ever take away from them again. And you will find that when you lean into your gift, more guides appear. So more mentors IRL, but also more spirit guides, more of these hunches, more of these intuitive kind of feelings of knowing I'm on the right path, and also knowing what the next step is on your path. Because sometimes we can kind of struggle to know, okay, where do we step to next? What do we do next? But when you're so clearly within your purpose, it's usually pretty easy for you to be guided into more success every single time you make a new decision. And I do also see here within September, you're quite literally receiving a gift. So Taurus, it is not your birthday month, but you are receiving a material gift from another person that took a lot of creativity to put together. So this is someone that knows you semi-well, and they know you at a core level, and that's not something that has anything to do with the time that someone has known you, the time frame. Someone can know you for 3 weeks and you may have a way deeper connection with them than someone who has known you for 13 years. And they may better know what to gift to you that would be creative and super meaningful and make your life a lot easier than the other individual you've known for 13 years that never really took the time to actually get to know you on that soul level. Now, next up, we have got leadership. The message that Spirit has for you for September here, Taurus, is you are no longer the supporting cast. You are the leading man, the leading woman. Take the initiative and lead the way for others to follow. You will be judged by the company you keep and those you admire. So that is the parting piece of guidance that Spirit wanted you to have for the month of September, as some wisdom for you to ponder on as you continue to lead and be fearless in this lifetime, and to take everything that was your goal, your dream, and your aspiration, rather than sit back and watch other people go there, accomplish it, and live that life. Why not you? So my gorgeous soul, this is the reading that I received for you. Make sure that you leave a little, let's say, headphone emoji below in the comment section. There's like a white headphone emoji if you have ever seen it. So pretty. For some reason, I really love that emoji. That's the only way anyone would know you're a Taurus baby who watched their reading all the way to the end. Because obviously headphones and Taurus, you would only know if you know. So leave that emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here. And my gorgeous Taurus baby, I cannot wait for us to catch up in your upcoming monthly predictions and horoscopes. Hello, my beautiful Gemini babies. Let's move into the horoscope portion of your September prediction. I hope that you're ready for this, my gorgeous Gemini, because in the second part of your readings, part one was based on the group that you chose, the symbol you chose during the intro of this video. This second part is going to be even more intricate and personal, so let's get into it. All right, we've got the Five of Cups for you. There's something going on here that's making you feel like, I'm not into this. And I see here that we've also got the King of Cups reversed. So I see that anyone with masculine energy who doesn't know how to keep you in a space where you feel safe, you would rather be alone than be with a man like that. The King of Cups reversed shows that even if it's hard, you will leave someone that does not allow you to feel safe and does not allow you to express divine feminine energy. Now, I want you to know that whether you identify as male or female, however, most of my viewership, I think 90% is female. However, I want you to know that regardless of whether you are female or male or anything in between, it is a prerequisite for any kind of healthy relationship for you to be able to feel safe and secure in it. Whether it's a man and feeling safe and secure that your woman won't cheat on you, that she's loyal, whether you're a woman and you want to ensure that you're with someone who can be a head of a household, who can be an amazing father, an amazing partner for the long term, you don't have to settle for anything less than that. You deserve all of it. And my gorgeous Gemini, that truth has hit home in September. And because that truth has hit home, you're getting a lot of these epiphanies. I see that here in the Page of Blades, which is basically the baby of the suit of blades, the suit of air. Blades means swords in the traditional tarot, but here in my Dark Heart Tarot deck, I turned it into blades because why not? Let's be a little contemporary, right? And the baby of the suit of blades shows you that in so many ways you're realizing, wow, this new generation of men and women, some people are really ice cold. Some people really don't understand that values are important. Some people really are just bringing the whole vibe of like nothing is holy to them. And that can be so hard to come to terms with. However, in the Nine of Pentacles, because professionally, financially, things are blossoming for you within September, okay? There is money here coming towards you. You're finding money and you're earning more money than you expected. And that is leaving you feeling like, oh my God, you know what? I am actually winning by simply keeping my distance with anyone to whom nothing is sacred. I am actually winning by coming to this epiphany. Yeah, this might make my circle smaller. This might mean that there are less people that I actually want to spend time around. However, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. You've learned this a long time ago. But the month of September just kind of reiterates that, yes, that's really what it's about. And it's best for you to actually never, ever stop focusing on quality rather than quantity. Then we've got master number 55 here in the gathering. In September, you will be invited to a gathering. This can be a birthday party, a work festivity, some sort of gathering in which you feel close to people who you already have a connection with. So you already know these people, you're going to spend time with them. This gathering is going to have you looking at life from another perspective, just as these individuals are looking at Earth, from something like a bird eye view. And I do also want you to see here in the gathering that this will be a gathering of a lot of different people, ethnicities, ages, backgrounds, socioeconomic standpoints. And here within the gathering in master number 55, we also had the Five of Cups. This is what changes things for you, rather than being the kind of person who is bitter, the type of person who feels like, oh, humanity has just gone to shits, which actually it has. But you have hope when you're around people that you genuinely see and know are kind people, are caring people, are people who have not succumbed to behaving in a sense that does not really have a future, that doesn't really have any longevity, if that makes sense, my gorgeous Gemini. So next up, we've got the Rainbow Dragon and the Wild Rose. Now, this shows us here that On one hand, you have this very, very like strong side of you that's all about like being outspoken, showing people that you're not to be messed with, showing people that, you know what, you're not going to just be treated anyhow. And then there's also the white rose side to you that does feel a little delicate, that does feel a little, I don't want to say weak, but just soft, you know? And having this rainbow dragon, wild rose mixture of energy is what makes you very attractive. Because having the mixture between delicately doing things, delicately kind of pushing through life, but also when necessary, being strong, being outspoken, putting yourself in a position of not being played and showing your strength, it is incredibly attractive. Rise in Love shows us that for the month of September, you're actually finding that, and by the way, there will be some really amazing celestial events that are taking place. So you will find that that will have you feeling differently, almost like on a high. In case you didn't know, on September 18th, we've got a full moon, super moon taking place and a partial lunar eclipse. And this happens when the moon passes through the Earth's partial shadow, or penumbra, however you'd like to call it, and only a portion of it passes through the darkest shadow. This is also called umbra. So during this type of eclipse, part of the moon will darken because it moves through the Earth's shadow. And the eclipse will be visible throughout most of North America and Mexico, Central America, South America, the Atlantic Ocean, most of Europe and Africa. So if you are in one of those parts of the world, you will be able to feel these energies. So I highly, highly recommend you put it in your calendar. September 18th is when this powerful, powerful full moon, super moon is taking place, my gorgeous Gemini soul. And you will be able to manifest miracles during that time. And what I mean by that is take that journal, write down your wants, your needs, your desires, your goals, your dreams, and allow that to just be given up into the universe. Just give it to the heavens, give it to your angels, and watch how in the instances in which you feel like, oh, maybe this is too much, actually, no, it's not. You just needed to know your worth. Because just think about it, a lot of very successful people are not always the best or the most kindest or the most empathetic individuals. Often they're also just the ones who believed in themselves the most, who were like the most, I don't want to put conceited as like the main energy, but yeah, the ones who believed that they deserved. Because it starts with you. When you believe that you deserve, other people will see that. They will mimic that. They will replicate that. But it has to begin with you. There's literally no other way. Let's move a little more deeply into it. September is also a time for rehabilitation. I want to speak to you a little more seriously, my gorgeous Gemini. If you are really struggling with any kind of substance, it can go, I mean, from the basics of human addiction, caffeine, nicotine, all the way to more complex things or things that are less socially accepted. Even alcohol is pretty socially accepted in so many parts of the world, which I do not understand. There's a reason it's called spirits. We'll get into this in another video, but I do feel as though it is the portal to a lot of darkness for many people, and it has destroyed so many families, which I don't know why people accept it so much. And here within rehabilitation, I see that this is a wake-up call for you in September to either get the professional help, if you're at a point where you feel like you cannot cope by yourself anymore with your addictions, with your unhealthy patterns, or to actually do something about it by yourself. I have a lot of clients, a lot of friends even, who have overcome different addictions, whether it be nicotine, whether it be alcohol, whether it be even having coffee because they realized, you know what, I don't want to be dependent on a stimulant to be able to get up in the morning and to do my day. And I want you to know, you at the end of the day will be the one who does it. Whether you go to actual rehab because that's what you need, because you're just at a point where it's too dangerous to do it by yourself, or you just need the professional support, or you do this by yourself at home, or you hold yourself accountable. Even my free mini course, it's linked in the description box, it comes with a community. You can literally post about it there in the closed group, the closed community. We talk about everything. We do tarot readings, but we talk about all the in-betweens as well. So you can literally even use that as a resource for support, even if you're trying to overcome your phone addiction, social media addiction, and instead you want to replace that mechanism through meditation, going on walks. You know, we all have something that triggers a part of us that has a coping mechanism that isn't healthy. September is the month of understanding. At the end of the day, you will overcome it. Whether you have additional help or you do it by yourself, you are the only one who can actually take the action to make it better, to quit the unhealthy pattern. So here we have a message, and this is a quote straight from the movie Amelie. This is what it says: "Not you who says that with the good old days." So I want you to understand here that sometimes we feel as though, oh, where did the good old days go? But as human beings, our minds romanticize the past in many instances. Like if you've ever been with a super toxic, terrible ex-partner, you know that sometimes if you're still into them, if they didn't give you that final ick, you romanticize some of the good old days. But when you really think about it, you're like, oof, there were no good old days. It's just a figment of my imagination. So you're being reminded here that today is the good day. September is the good month. It is the most amazing month. And it's time that you live every day and every month like it is the absolute best, because you have the opportunity every month, every week to make it the absolute best month, the best week of your existence. So if there is a parting piece of guidance that Spirit wants you to take on board, my gorgeous Gemini baby, it is that. So I hope that you enjoyed your reading, that you found it insightful, and that you felt safe in this healing space on the internet. I'm sending you so much love, my gorgeous Gemini baby, and I cannot wait to catch up with you in one of our upcoming predictions. Hello, my gorgeous fellow Cancerians. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction, which is based on your zodiac sign. This is called the horoscope portion, whereas the first part of your prediction was based on one of the 3 symbols that you chose during the intro of this video. But now let's talk all things Cancerian, baby. So I want you to know here in the wind, my gorgeous Cancer, something new will be activated during the month of September. So quite literally, it's going to be a very windy month where you live, but that is also going to activate new energies in your life. So it will feel like a rebirth. It will feel like a big change. It will feel like the crabs are coming out of their shells. And here within the river, what that causes is movement. Less talking, more doing. Of course, you are a water sign. You like to daydream, you're creative, you're empathetic, you are deeply connected to your emotions. But sometimes the imaginary daydreaming part can get the best of you, and procrastination can prevail. But I do see here that for September, there's actually so much movement going on. You're nourishing the part of yourself that likes to get things done, that likes to just tick off those boxes on the to-do list. It's like therapy for you, honestly. And I see here in the spring equinox that quite literally, did we not say this is going to be like a rebirth? We don't even need the cards at this point. We are so deeply connected to Source on this channel. The month of September is a month of epiphanies, of spiritual awakenings and rebirths, coming back into a little bit of a boho kind of vibe. So you are not going full on boho, but yeah, you are wearing things that have a little bit of that bohemian flair to them. You like the messy hair look, the natural makeup, the connection to animals. You're also potentially looking into ways in which you can add some sort of adornments, be it an extra hole where you can wear more earrings. It could also be like a tattoo, henna tattoos as well, so temporary tattoos and also giving your hair a little bit of a more sun-kissed kind of vibe and look, almost like you have traveled the world for the past couple of years and you're now just settling into the day-to-day normal life of society. You're bringing some fresh air, fresh wind into your realm. I see here within the gathering that you will also be partaking in some sort of event or gathering. We have master number 55 with like-minded people. You'll find this event very last minute during the month of September, and you will be talking about things that connect you and also concern the earth. It could be a shamanic practice, it could be plant medicine, also, for example, yogic retreats and chakra alignment. Something that is spiritual, something that has to do with energy, and where you can be around people who believe in these things to varying degrees. So it doesn't mean that you are going to be a completely different person and that logic and science goes out of the window, but you like the intersectionality of these realms. Now, in energy conversations, you're going to have the hard conversations that needed to be had, my gorgeous soul. So as a Cancerian, sometimes having these hard conversations are put off for years, where we know the hard conversation is the energy conversation of, is this person really meant to be in my life? Are they really adding to the good energy? Are they really adding to me blossoming? Or have I kept someone in my life who's actually become toxic to me, who served their purpose? They were in my life for a reason, for a season. Now it's time to move on. And what our astro dice are saying here, we're landing on Capricorn. There's a Capricorn who has served their purpose. I'm getting Capricorn moon as well, okay? The realization that this person who is either Capricorn sun or Capricorn moon, and it's coming on September 18th during the full moon, super moon, which is at the same time also a partial lunar eclipse in September. And it's bringing a lot of huge epiphanies and realizations to you and giving you this entire vibe of like, you know what, I really just want to be around people who honor me. Then we also have the number 11, which is a master number. Now, life path number 11, master number 11, showing up during the full moon for you will actually be just what you need to have the courage, the energy to leave this individual who has become, and I don't want to call everything toxic, but yeah, they have become toxic to you. They have become an unhealthy attachment. And my gorgeous Cancerian, when you realize who these unhealthy attachments are, it's actually the biggest blessing, because you will feel triggered first. You will feel like, oh, this is a trigger. I have some abandonment issues. I don't want to leave people. I also don't want people to feel like I'm leaving them, like they can't count on me. But you are going through this huge epiphany of, you know what, I don't have to be loyal to everybody. I don't have to give undying loyalty to someone who has not given undying loyalty to me. And as a Cancerian, sometimes we fall into this pit of wanting to be great people, of wanting to be there for others, of wanting to just really be that person that others can count on. And we don't realize, you know, what we really need to be doing is actually focusing on making sure these people are even healthy to be around. Because sometimes they're not, my gorgeous Cancerian, and you've had your own fair share of experiences with this. And I just want you to know here in September, like having that hard conversation with yourself is going to also show you how far you've come. Just even myself, if I think of what I allowed 6 months ago, what kind of people I allowed in my life, especially, you know, being single and dating and so on, or not, because at the moment I'm really refraining from any dating. It just shows you how much you've grown when you don't accept people trying to put you into situations that are uncomfortable, and you have no fear of losing them because you know that they're wildly replaceable when they haven't proven to be the kind of person who even respects you. Now here within the Ace of Wands, I can see completely new beginnings coming. within the creative sphere for you. The suit of wands is the suit of everything that sparks joy, everything that brings your creative vibe forth. I see here within the Ace of Wands that actually what this shows us here with this fox that's wrapped around this wand, that you're bringing a lot of very quick, foxy kind of energy into business ventures that have nothing to do with your actual work at the moment. So side hustles, starting your own business, and overall just like growing in that realm is something that I can see. You're starting on fresh grounds, and what the world shows us, which is the last card of the major arcana within the tarot, it's one of the most favorable cards whatsoever. What this shows us here is that you have an amazing wealth of success coming towards you in September through this new approach. So for example, if you have a business page or a page on Instagram where you operate your business from, and you just feel as though, okay, you know, I am going to try something differently. I am going to create these reels differently. I'm going to make these posts, and I'm going to provide value in a different way. You will hit success way more heavily than you expected. So what you're doing is going to work out for you tenfold, and you've been a little skeptical because you've tried to quote unquote take off before and it didn't always work. But I do see here that in September, it's finally your time. It's finally your time to shine, to gain the following, to gain the tribe, to start seeing that there are things that are quantifiable and that are working for you, and to hit the moment of success, to get into this wave of momentum and movement as we spoke about within the river. So my gorgeous fellow crab baby, do leave a crab below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are a fellow Cancerian sister or brother, and that you made it all the way to the end of your September horoscope and you enjoyed it. I definitely hope that this resonated on a very deep and healing spiritual level with you. And my beautiful crab baby, I can't wait for us to connect in one of our upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Leo baby. Welcome to the second part of your prediction. We're going to talk all things Leo and September. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading, which was based on the symbol that you chose during the intro of this video. But now let's talk all things Leo experiences during the month of September, shall we? Let's get into it. We've got emotional baggage as well as the day you plant the seed. I want you to know here that within the month of September, you are planting seeds that will either create or dissipate your emotional baggage. So having traumas, having some emotional baggage, that's pretty much the norm, especially in this day and age as we're becoming more aware of these things. But I want you to know here that September is a crucial month for either working on getting rid of your emotional baggage or missing out on that opportunity and creating more of it. By missing out on the opportunity, I mean, for example, continuing a situationship that is traumatic. I mean, for example, foregoing therapy, even though you have the option or opportunity to maybe even access therapy through your health insurance. Check your policy. I know this is not a very cool topic to discuss, but it could help you immensely by just seeing what your rights actually are, because a lot of us, we're paying for stuff and we're not using it. And I see here within Boss Up that Spirit, your guides, really want you to go full Leo mode, full bossing up mode, full understanding everything that is rightfully yours, that you're rightfully able to attain and make use of, and to not feel any shame or guilt around that. Why are you any less worthy of the things that make your life better than someone else? And when you start living within that type of energy, you truly manifest a life and surroundings that reflect this internal landscape and mindset. Trust me, my gorgeous Leo baby, I've been there where I wouldn't even get myself like healthy takeout or something because I felt like, well, you know, I shouldn't like spoil myself like that. I should just make healthy food at home and so on. No, you have to reward yourself. You have to show yourself that you're worthy of all of these things. I see here within the Two of Pentacles reversed that actually it is a time for balance to go out of the window. And I know this sounds so counterintuitive, but like when I started my business and I started tarot, there was no balance. It was only an obsession with tarot and my business. I'm back in this business obsessed energy, and that's when things really grow. That's when you're really able to take huge strides forward, because guess what? There are other people who are 100% invested in their success. If you're only invested in your success 60%, of course you're gonna, in a way, fall behind. And Spirit can see here, for September, your love life is on point. Your love life is dreamy. It's fairy tale-like, really. We've got Disney movie comparisons for your love life. The Ten of Cups is one of the most favorable, most positive cards when it comes to romantic love and family. So use the fact that your love life is looking amazing in order to further the other areas of your life. I want to talk just a little bit more about your love life situation with our astro dice. Okay, here we have Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy in your love life, that is intense energy. Let me tell you, Scorpio is the sign of all things intense relationships, actually having the purpose of wanting to get married, wanting to spend a whole lifetime together. Literally, Scorpio is all about love and all about really deep and profound connections. That's one thing that I see here for you for the month of September. All right. And then when it comes to planetary placements, we've got Jupiter. Jupiter, Scorpio. Jupiter is the planet of growth, of higher education, long distance travel, or relationships as well. So that is all flourishing for you during the month of September. Connecting with a Scorpio if you are single, it's a long distance thing, but nevertheless, it's actually good right now as you're focusing on yourself and your success, and you don't have to worry too much about taking your attention away from bossing up. Okay, we have a few cards that pop themselves right side up. We're going to read into all of these cards that clearly want to speak within your reading. We've got soul stories, then we've got enlightened in the exhale, and we've got the collective heart. So these oracle cards are bringing us some very interesting messages and depictions in soul stories. You see how we have this ancient Egyptian kind of vibe and then an opening into the universe? And enlightened in the exhale shows someone underwater who's kind of chained underwater, and it's like, can I finally exhale? Can I finally inhale? Can I finally get some air? And enlightened in the exhale, it's all about being underwater, not necessarily needing air, at least for a while, and being able to still thrive. So being chained because you want to be chained. Putting in hard work into bossing up, at least for a while because you want to, but don't forget to come up for some air. The soul stories shows us here that in many ways your ancestors were chained to a lifestyle that you don't have to live in. You are fortunate to create a future for yourself and also generational wealth and multiple streams of revenue if you desire to do so. So telling yourself these soul stories that it's too hard, or maybe your lineage comes from a lot of pain and misfortune and hurt, perhaps you're the only one in your family that is changing their life in this sort of way. Don't be afraid. I know it can cause a lot of anxiety, but know here within the collective heart that sometimes you are the pattern breaker. You are the one who gets rid of these ancestral curses, because it has to start with someone. And my gorgeous Leo baby, that someone is you. So the month of September brings a lot of internal landscape type changes and a love life that is epic. And because you're being fueled by having this feeling of butterflies, feeling amazing in love, even if you are in a committed relationship, this shows your relationship further solidifying and taking amazing strides forward. Look forward to September, a lot of forward movement, right? Look forward to what's going on here. It will be an intense month for Leo, but a highly rewarding one that you will think back on and feel like, you know what, September 2024, it was lit, and it was one of those months that make me smile because I just accomplished way more than throughout the entire year. So my gorgeous Leo baby, this is the reading that I've received for you. I hope that you truly enjoyed this. Please do leave a plain emoji below in the comment section as the boss up card. seems to be within a private plane, isn't it? Just to manifest, to let everyone know that you are a Leo baby and you made it to the end of your reading, because that's the only way anyone would know that you're a fellow Leo. You would have to watch the reading all the way to the end and, well, be a Leo. So leave that below in the comment section. My gorgeous Leo baby, I'm sending you so much love whenever you've chosen to watch this, day or night, wherever you are in this world right now. And I cannot wait to connect with you in one of our upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Virgo baby. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction. I can't wait for us to get into this. This is all based on Virgo. While the first part of your reading, you got to pick during the intro. You had 3 symbols that you could pick from. And now I'm excited for us to talk all things Virgo. So let's get into it, shall we? First up, all right, we have a little bit of nudity here. I want you to know that Spirit is asking you, my gorgeous Virgo, do you feel exposed or outed in some way? What is making you feel inadequate, guilty, ashamed, or vulnerable? And what do you need to release? This is a very intimate, straight to the point question right at the start of your September prediction. And it shows us here that September is a time of stepping out of the closet. So whether that be in the sense of revealing who you truly are and what your preferences are when it comes to dating, or stepping out of the closet and telling your family, you know what? I don't want to live this lifestyle. I don't want to adhere to these conventional standards that you may have thought were best for me, because actually they are not. This is who I am. This is what I'm into. This is where I want my life to go. And I would really appreciate if you could just respect that and just let me live my life. That's the kind of vibe we've got here for you, Virgo. Then we also have this ceremony, and you're going to be taking this really seriously in the sense of introducing yourself to your new lifestyle without overthinking what others are saying behind your back, because for the first time you're going to be completely real and honest and raw and quote unquote naked in your life before others. And at first it will be scary, but shortly after it will be so liberating, because you're thinking to yourself, wow, this is what it's like to be free. This is what it's like to not be afraid of judgment, because either way, I'm going to live life the way I want to. I see here within the whale that actually what you're doing is you are overcoming a lot of these stoppers that you had in your life before, a lot of these thresholds that were like the imaginary thresholds you couldn't get over. If any of you used to watch The Vampire Diaries, or I don't know if this is in other vampire movies as well, but vampires could not enter homes without being invited in. It's like there was this invisible, imaginary threshold that kept them outside of people's homes, and they couldn't get over that threshold to get into the home. And for you, it's similar, but the polar opposite, in the sense of you have completely dissolved that threshold of not being able to step over the ledge. And what you're doing is you're stepping from inside to outside completely freely. And the invisible stopper that kept you within the known is gone. It's dissipated. The month of September is a month of some wild change for the sign of Virgo. You are also ruled by Mercury, so that makes a lot of sense. Mercury and the retrograde energy that we have been having has been just doing things to Virgo, in the sense of you may have hurt yourself a lot more as of lately. Like, you know, paper cuts, then you have a hangnail, then, you know, you scrape your arm, you scrape your knee. For some reason, you have like a scratch in your car from parking, from backing into something. You broke a glass, a plate just last night. And I want you to know here in the Nine of Wands that in September, this is something that's kind of coming to a culmination. It came from an energy of a little bit of anxiety and nervosity that you've been dealing with. But the month of September is a month, as already spoken about, of breaching the space. The Four of Wands shows us that you're having an amazing time with the people who love you, and you're continuing to build relationships that will last a lifetime. You're literally going out with friends who are polar opposite to you, like looks-wise, ethnicity-wise, job-wise, just everything. And you know that these are really true friends because you love each other for who you are, not for what you can do for one another. And just being in other people's energy, positive energy, that is what's really doing it for Virgo during the month of September. Then the Three of Wands here shows us that September is a month of winning. You do not shop around, you buy. You do not think about it, you act. You don't observe, you actually commit to doing things. Now, here within the Three of Wands, I do see that there are some pretty flowers that are coming towards you during the month of September in your home. 3 flowers that look like roses. The Queen of Pentacles shows that you are in your receiving energy. Just as the Queen of Pentacles, you will receive, you will say thank you, you will enjoy, and you will not feel any kind of sense of guilt or shame like you were maybe trained to feel in the past, and that you allowed to take over a beautiful moment of being gifted 3 gorgeous flowers. I want you to remember that even things as beautiful as roses, we've got thorns, and it's all part of the beauty. Even September being such a beautiful month for Virgo of breaching, of going out there, life does unfortunately come with certain thorns that we just have to be aware of. If you're aware of it, it doesn't need to harm you. And I see here within the aquamarine that your intuition is on an all-time high during September, so you will intuitively know where the thorns lay, and then you can avoid them or just cut them off. The thorns may lay in speaking to your father, who was never really there for you, who doesn't get you, who always blames you for absolutely everything. Understanding that's a thorn and just avoiding that during a time where you're coming out, where you're being very open, transparent, and honest with who you are for the first time, not making yourself vulnerable to someone who you know will hurt or harm you anyways. That is your intuition just protecting you. It could be your mom, it could be a grandparent. You get the idea. But I am getting here some sort of like father healing that's able to happen during September without them being present, but with you just healing that relationship yourself, because you don't need them for your healing journey. You don't need them to do anything. The citrine corresponds to the sun, and it is indicative of having clarity. September for Virgo is a month of pure clarity, of understanding, you know what, I don't need anyone to validate me in order to find the clarity of who I have been, that my experiences are valid. I don't need someone else to validate those. And I don't need someone else to recognize what they did wrong or where they could have been better or more supportive. I know that they could have done better. They chose not to. It's not within my control, but I will do better with my kids. I will do better with my spouse. I will do better with my loved ones. That's the energy that I'm getting here from you. And here from the movie Amelie, this is what Spirit has to say, not you who says that with the good old days. So the thing here is that you have no attachment to the quote unquote good old days because you did not always have good old days. So you don't really get that. You're a very futuristic, forward thinking kind of person. And Spirit loves that about you. And the fact that you are growing, you're opening up, you are making yourself vulnerable to judgment, not because you want to invite in anyone else's opinion, but because you know you need this for you to be free, to just do you. This is a very strong month of transformation for Virgo. So buckle up, Virgo. Make sure you stock your fridge with healthy foods, nourishing foods. Get those supplements that you have been putting off purchasing. You are worth that. All right, get your favorite beverages, your favorite teas, your favorite matcha, coffee, whatever it is that you enjoy. Get yourself ready for the month of September, because it will be a month of a lot of things going on within your life, and you want to make sure that you're not unnecessarily emotional or that your hormones are going through these huge ups and downs because your eating pattern and schedule is off or you're not drinking enough. So get that beautiful, cute water bottle that you know is going to make you drink a lot more. It is worth the $10. I promise. Your health is priceless. Get the organic foods, get the healthy snacks, the things that you know make you feel good, because we've got some fun coming towards you for the month of September. Now, my gorgeous Virgo baby, this is the reading I received for you. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Feel free to let me know below in the comment section by leaving a sun emoji below, because only if you're a Virgo and you watch your reading all the way to the end will you know to leave that sun emoji below in the comment section. So if you know, you know, and you'll understand what the sun emoji means. Now, my gorgeous Virgo, I'm sending you so much love wherever you are on this planet, whatever time you chose to tune into your reading, and I can't wait for us to connect during one of your upcoming predictions. Hello, my stunning Libra babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction, also known as your horoscope, which is based on all things Libra. So we'll see what's happening specifically for Libra during the month of September. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading where you got to pick from the intro and the 3 symbols I had for you. But now we'll delve into the Libra prediction. Okay, we have acceptance. Libra, you are known to be perfectionists. You are known to try to please everybody. You're also ruled by Venus. You like aesthetics. You like things to be beautiful and put together. And the thing that Spirit is trying to say to you here in September, you have a lot going on. You've planned some beautiful things. Your home, you put in the effort. Your vibes, your aesthetics, your looks, you put in the work. My gorgeous Libra, can we actually accept that not everything is within your control to make perfect? Not everything can always be like out of a movie. And remember that within a movie, people had a lot of takes until they got that perfect moment. And we grew up within a time, a day, an age where perfection seems like it's achievable, but actually it's not. And once we progress into acceptance, life can be a lot more relaxed and chill, and you doing the best that you can is already showing an amazing sign of success. So for you, my gorgeous Libra, the month of September is about a growth mindset of moving from this pressure, moving from this lack of acceptance in yourself and your growth to finally realizing, oh, you know what? Actually, me just putting in the effort, me just showing up, me doing things to the best of my abilities, that is beautiful. That is worthy. That is amazing. Like, I am an awesome person and I care and it shows, and what I do is perfect in its own way. It's perfectly imperfect, if you will. And that's one thing that your guides want to reiterate. That's what you're meant to hear within the September prediction. My absolutely beautiful Libra, you can be very indecisive. Just make a decision and just stick to it. See how it turns out. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. The 9 of Wands shows us here that right now you're saying to me, well, Vanessa, do you know everything that could go wrong? Do you know that I have bills to pay? I have responsibilities. I have people counting on me. I have an image to keep up. I need to be there for other people. I get it, my gorgeous, absolutely stunning Libra. But do you also know everything that could go right? If you chill, if you accept yourself, if you remind yourself every single day that you are amazing and what you're putting out is super worthy and is actually good enough, do you know how much things can actually work out within your favor when you realize and make that shift from overthinking and overanalyzing your capabilities to this keeper energy, this energy of, oh, actually I am special, I am a keeper, and people who are around me should be appreciative of that. And if you don't feel that vibe, perhaps don't overthink your value or second guess it. Perhaps second guess who you're keeping around you that does not see that. I see here within the Knight of Swords that what we've got for you is actually a month in which you have air signs who are coming to you and telling you precisely what it is that they want from you. So a boss telling you exactly what they want. Air signs are Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. So just like yourself, being very outspoken, they're being very logical. And in the Knight of Swords, I can see here that work-wise, you know, your schedule, your calendar is packed, it's filled. The last thing that you need is to constantly be questioning and overthinking the work that you're putting out and what you're doing. You just need to get things done so you can move on and also just have time to relax, you know, go on dates, Do the stuff that you love. I see here with intention that Spirit wants to say to you, we've also got Master number 11, by the way, that your intention is far more important than the immediate result. It's like, for example, my channel is all about uplifting you. It's all about providing you with guidance, support, healing energy. That's the intention. And even when I've had my ups and downs in my business and Bow Life, which has not much to do with this channel, it's my e-commerce store. Even when I've had my trials and tribulations as a business owner, I remind myself it's about intention. If my intention remains to support people, to provide them with value, to allow them to see the light at the end of the tunnel, to allow them to see things from a healing perspective of actually seeing their worth and their value, in the end, everything will work out. It always has. And when you remind yourself of the fact that all this time, you've made it up until this point, things have worked out for you, you will reawaken to the fact that your intention is what matters most. And from there on out, it's only a matter of time until you hit success in the areas where you feel like you would like more success. Whether that's more of a work-life balance, whether that is the actual soulmate, whether that is more financial success, I want you to accept the fact that your intention is what will lead you to the success. Of course, you'll have to grow along the way, but in September, growth is happening. Stop comparing yourself. Comparison really is the thief of all joy. And remember, all that glitters isn't gold, especially out here in these social media streets. So please do not compare yourself to people who are going broke trying to look rich. All right, there's so much amazing content out here from people who actually are a living example of where you want to go. Don't be blinded by things that just seem perfect, because nothing is ever perfect. Now, we have another message from Spirit. Fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free. That's our parting piece of guidance, my absolutely stunning Libra. Remember, fear can hold you prisoner, hope can set you free. Don't allow fear to hold you prisoner. Keep those hope vibes up, because hope is literally the only thing that keeps humans going. And I want you to know here, the month of September is going to bring you some unexpected growth and forward movement as long as you accept. Now, my absolutely stunning Libra baby, this is the reading I received for you. I hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know below by leaving a snake emoji below. That's the only way anyone would know that you're a Libra and you watched your reading all the way to the end, because it's one of those things. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of your snake emojis in the comment section, my gorgeous Libras. Wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of our upcoming readings. Hello, my absolutely gorgeous Scorpio baby. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction. I hope that you enjoyed picking from the first part of your reading, the 3 symbols during the intro. If you haven't done that yet, make sure you do, because these 2 parts are meant to be fused together in order for you to receive an entire September prediction. But now we'll talk all things Scorpio. So we already have our cards ready here. These are angel oracle cards that we're going to delve into. Wow, take action and success. So Spirit really did a number here with the first messages you're meant to receive. Right off the bat, Scorpio, your month of September is a month of success. You're taking action, and all of your action is rewarded immediately. So if you're tired of too much delayed gratification, I want you to know here that the month of September is finally a month in which you're winning effortlessly. You're taking action, you're doing what needs to be done. You're not one of those people who's just about manifestation but not actually doing anything to manifest. You are taking the action accordingly, and look at that. It's leading to your success. It's leading to your growth. It's leading to you having everything that you desire and more. And I see here within control that for you, you are regaining control over yourself, your emotions, and your life during the month of September. This is a really favorable month for you, as you're no longer feeling as though you are just drifting along with whichever thing or direction life wants to take you in. No, you are actually in control of where things go. You're actually in control of how your life feels. Oh, okay, we have a card that popped itself right out of the pile as I was shuffling. I hope that you were able to see that. If not, rewind. So kindness shows us that September is a month in which so many people are showing you kindness without any kind of ulterior motive, out of nowhere. And September is really restoring your faith in yourself, your faith in humanity a little bit, because Scorpio, you can be intense. You are the kind of person that loves hard, but when people piss you off, you have a completely different side. Then they have just messed up with you, and they can forget about getting that soft side back from you ever again. You don't play about your family, you don't play about your loved ones, you don't play about your financial future. So just having people be kind for no reason, just having people reach out and actually be supportive, this is the most amazing thing that could have happened to you, my gorgeous Scorpio, because guess what? You are no longer thinking to yourself that people are so hard to trust, that it's hard to make new friends, new acquaintances. The month of September is bringing in so much serendipity, so many positive coincidences where things are just working out for you. Okay, contracts are being signed, deals are being made, the ship has sailed for anything that isn't in that alignment. So when energy vampires come towards you, when people are trying to, in a sense, give you this vibe that every time they're kind, they're expecting something in return, you're just not about it. You're completely ignoring them. You're completely keeping your distance, because as a Scorpio, as I already mentioned, you don't play games, you're intense, you're also pretty mysterious. So you're spending a lot of time with your tribe because they get the vibe. So close friends of yours, you prefer quality over quantity. Your tribe is looking fire, you're going out, you're getting the most amazing pictures and memories. You're posting on the gram, and September is really kind of like a glow up month for Scorpio. I also see here that for you, having a few really close friends who are there regardless of what you're going through, that gives you all of the security that you really need to keep the hope on the horizon going. Yeah, you have some huge goals, you're still in the tunnel with a lot of them, but the light at the end of the tunnel is clear when you have these amazing individuals all around you, because you can tell that they see your potential, and they see that your potential won't just stay potential, but you're actually turning it into reality. You're turning energy into matter, and that is something that not a lot of people are doing. A lot of people stay on the energetic plane, or they stay wondering why they think positive thoughts or they want to manifest and it's not actually happening for them. That is because they have not yet succeeded in turning energy into matter and actually really feeling the emotion of their success ahead of time. They're waiting for clues of success to then feel happy, to then feel successful. But because you already feel like a success, you are already loved, you've already got your tribe, you've already understood the assignment, that in turn makes the energy actually transpire into matter. So the energy of your success then becomes matter because you are already on that frequency. You're not doubting it. It's basically the law of expectation that you're exercising here. So my absolutely gorgeous Scorpio baby, this is your reading, straight to the point. We don't need to faff around or talk for too long. September is amazing, filled with success for you. Continue to take action, my gorgeous Scorpio baby. Leave a ship emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know you're a Scorpio, you claimed this, and you made it to the end of your reading, because that's the only way you would know to leave a ship emoji below in the comment section. Wherever you are in this world, my gorgeous Scorpio, I'm sending you so much love, and I cannot wait to catch up with you during your upcoming monthly prediction. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius baby. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction, where we talk all things Sagittarius for the month of September. I hope you enjoyed the first part of your reading, which was based on one of the 3 symbols that you chose during the intro of this video, but now let's get into everything that is Saggy energy. So first up, know here that the situation will improve. Your guides want to say to you, my gorgeous Sagittarius, whatever you're going through, the situation will improve, it will get better, you will come out on top. Things will be victorious during the month of September. I can sense you're stressed. I'm getting this vibe of just this clenched up kind of uptightness, tight energy. But I want you to know here that it's September. A lot of it will improve. You will relax. If right now you're sitting here and your shoulders are literally tight, your neck feels a little stiff, just relax your shoulder blades right now, my beautiful Sagittarius. Calm down, take some deep breaths, put those shoulder blades down, all right, and relax into this reading of September and trust. Literally, Spirit does not miss a beat. I keep saying in my readings at this point, do we even need the cards? Because you guys have seen how across the years, our connection to Spirit, and why I say our, because we have grown together on this journey through the years on my channel. We have grown in our psychic abilities, in our intuition, in our trust, in our connection to our guides, the universe, angels, Spirit, God, whatever you'd like to call it. So hence why this message is literally showing up right now for you, my beautiful Sagittarius, because our guides are here. They're within every single one of the readings that we experience together and we explore together. And your guides are telling you to trust yourself, trust that literally, more confirmation, you are ready. If you have had some huge dreams and aspirations that you were worried about that are keeping you up at night because you're asking yourself, can I do this? Can I accomplish this? Is this going to be my life? I want to remind you that you're ready, and you don't have to wait for any type of external validation to know that you're ready. You are ready when you say you're ready. All right. And sometimes you got to be a little savage. And that's precisely what Spirit is saying to you. Spirit is saying to you in September, whatever you're going through right now will improve. Trust it and know that you're ready. Know that you're ready for more. Know that you're ready for the life that you desire. The Two of Crystals shows us here that literally the decisions being in your hands shows us that you've got two options. In September, you'll have a big decision to make. You can either pick the decision on the left or the decision on the right. It's like an A-B situation, left, right. What are you going to go for? Are you going to pick the decision that means, okay, you have a little less stability, but potentially betting everything on yourself could mean a lot more freedom for your life? Are you going to bet on this person whom you trust, but you don't know very well yet, but you can see yourself being with? Or do you choose a different direction? Spirit is trying to say to you during the month of September, try to do a month of steering clear of alcoholic beverages, of any substances that kind of alter your state of mind and that change your decision making in any type of way. That could even be stimulants such as having caffeine, even things such as coffee, nicotine, cigarettes, things like that. Try to steer clear of it. Spirit is trying to say to you to make decisions coming from a very intuitive, clear space. You have to cleanse your system, all right? You have to clean out your body, clean out your nervous system. And the best way for you to do this is by getting rid of any of these substances still being in your system, still being part of your day-to-day, so that you know that you have truly cleansed and detoxed. Now, next up, we've got the World. Congratulations, my beautiful Sagittarius. This is one of the most favorable cards of the entire tarot. This is the last card of the major arcana. So if you're not new to this channel, you probably know this because I have been teaching you guys tarot as we go along. But if you are new, just know here that this card basically means that the world is at your feet. The world is your oyster. And September is a very favorable month for you. It's a month of fulfillment. It's a month of things going your way. It's a month of success. And I want you to know that this upcoming month, have fun, enjoy, be you. Go for those wild dreams that you thought were out of reach. Because I see here within the Nine of Wands that actually after the month of September, it is a month of rest. October will be a month of recuperation, of stagnation, of rest for you. You have done a lot. You've not slept much. You have put in a lot of work and effort. Now it's time for you to quote unquote like lick your wounds, okay? Take a little bit of time away from the overworking, from the overconsumption of things that need to be done from your to-do list, and really relax, okay? Really give yourself some comfort. But as already mentioned, start September out strong. Put your best foot forward, put in the work, and then towards the end of September, know that you've done everything that you can. It's a time for rest and recuperation. So my beautiful Sagittarius baby, this is the reading that I've received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you leave a globe emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are a Sagittarius. That's the only way you would know. It's either you know and you're a Saggy, or you don't. And know that putting this globe emoji in the comment section means that you enjoyed your reading and you claim these energies. Now, my absolutely stunning Saggy, thank you so much for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me. And I cannot wait for us to connect during one of your upcoming horoscopes. Hello, my stunning Capricorn babies. Welcome to your September horoscope. I am so excited to guide you through the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction. I hope that you enjoyed the first part, which was based on the symbol that you picked during the intro of this video. But now we will talk all things Capricorn. In case you didn't know this about your zodiac sign, you are ruled by Saturn, and you are said to be a sign that's very ambitious, very responsible, very demure, my gorgeous Capricorn. So let's get into your reading. Okay, September is a month of letting go. What are we holding on to that is stale, that is expired, quite literally speaking? What's in your pantry, Capricorn? What's in your fridge? Are there some things in the back of your fridge that really need to be cleaned out because they're about to be fuzzy, they're about to grow legs? Not to call you out, my beautiful Capricorn baby, but let's be real. We have some letting go to do emotionally and spiritually, but also physically. All right, those clothes that you haven't worn in like a year, please, you don't need them. Put them in storage in your cellar, or give them to someone who will actually use them and someone who's actually excited to have it. I see here that whatever you've been going through, my beautiful Cappy, the situation will improve. If you have been dealing with depression, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, just not great about life in the last couple of weeks and months, September is the turning point. It is the month where things will finally improve and you feel like you're more in a state of flow and harmony with your environment. Like relationships are not so taxing anymore. You don't have any huge arguments or discussions going on during the month of September. It's actually just you doing life and feeling like, you know what, this is getting easier by the day. And in a way, you have a little bit of this masochistic part to you where you're starting to love the things that were once painful and difficult. And I see here within meditation brings answers that it's not just coming from a place of like meditating or journaling or working out, also just from a place where you have realized you can't run from uncomfortable things. Life is filled with things that are uncomfortable, and the sooner that you learn to accept those or even embrace those, the easier everything becomes. And I'm also getting for you, my beautiful Capricorn, that you have dealt with a lot of trauma and backstabbing that just put you into this indestructible mode of no matter what happens, you always persevere and you always thrive and survive. Here we have a message from the Grand Budapest Hotel movie. I was once considered a great beauty. So I want you to know that Spirit is trying to say to you, Capricorn, don't neglect your beauty. Don't neglect the fact that you are hot. You are attractive. Now is your time to shine. Wear the outfit, okay? Be able to tell your great-grandchildren one day, you know what? I wasn't afraid to show off my beauty. I was considered a great beauty. You always will be. But you get what I'm trying to say, Capricorn. Don't be shy now. You'll regret it later. Remember all the times that you... Oh, okay. We've got a lid here. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I didn't even explain to you what was going on, my beautiful Cappy. So I just pulled some letters out of our letter bag here from Spirit intuitively. And we've got a lid. And let go of the lid. All right, my beautiful Cappy. Literally... your guides are trying to say to you, let go of the lid you have put on yourself. Let go of the cap you have put on your growth, on your beauty, and on your self-expression. You have been playing it small. Spirit quite literally is saying to you, take off the lid. Let it go. Embrace every part of yourself. Be proud of your body. Be proud of how you look like and the things that you love. Don't feel as though, oh, when I have this body, or if only I looked like this, then I could wear that, then I could present myself like that. No, you have a body, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be here. You literally have a body, a physical body. Okay, that's all you need to embrace your beauty. That's all you need to let go of inhibition and just do life and enjoy it and embrace the freedom, embrace the youth, because you will never be as young as you are right now. And it doesn't matter whether you're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, or your 50s, because I know I literally even have people in their 50s who watch my videos. I want you to remember here that one thing that you need to stop thinking about is triggers. Who cares about who you trigger? Who cares about what other people think? They don't pay your bills. They don't put a roof over your head. They're not here to console you when you're feeling down and out. I want you to live for you. Spirit is literally telling me here for you, Cappy, you have in so many ways just tried to be painfully polite and politically correct that you have put a lid on how successful you can be. And for you, the month of September is a month of understanding that triggers really don't have much to do with you if it's another person's trigger. It's from their past experiences. If you trigger something in someone because obviously you didn't know that wearing something, talking a certain way, saying a certain thing would trigger them, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with a trigger that they acquired throughout their own traumas and their own life. And your triggers, I can see here, put a lid on them. All right? And by putting a lid on them, you're first going to have to open up. You're first going to have to let go. So first you're going to have to open the lid. Let those triggers fly out, just like these bubbles in which these triggers lay. Think of your triggers as being in a jar, and they are bubble, cosmic bubbles. And if you open that lid, you let it go, all of your triggers about your beauty, your success, everything you're insecure about, it is within these bubbles that was in the jar. You open the lid and they fly off into the universe, into the sky, and you never see them again. And then you close the lid, trigger free. You have no more trigger bubbles in there. Do this exercise within meditation. Spirit is literally telling you what to meditate on moving forward, and this is a genius meditation actually. My absolutely beautiful Capricorn that Spirit just brought to us, that I just channeled for you. Literally, the letting go, taking the lid off, trigger meditation that allows these trigger bubbles to float away and out of your life. Next up, we have the 5 of Cups. So Capricorn, I want you to know September is definitely going to bring some moments of emotionality and fragility. And I hope you can appreciate my honesty and that I'm not one of those readers that just only tells you what you want to hear. I see that some of these triggers being released, it's going to cause an emotional reaction. There may be tears, there may be you calling your bestie, your mother, a sibling, and telling them what you're going through. Because when you open that lid, sometimes it can definitely trigger a wound being reopened before that you have freed yourself and these trigger bubbles have been able to dissipate. But wow, we've got the World card, which is one of the most favorable cards. I mean, a lot of tarot readers actually even believe that this is the best card within the tarot. I too veer on the side of the World being the absolute best card of fulfillment within the tarot. It is the final card of the Book of the Major Arcana. All of you who have been following my channel, you've probably already learned a lot of tarot just from me explaining throughout the readings. I know a lot of you guys are even in my tarot masterclass, and within that whole community, we talk about these things. We do readings together. The World shows us that September is actually a month that ends up in ultimate fulfillment. And ultimately feeling like this was a month that brought you forward. This was a month that did things for you, my beautiful Capricorn. It's like you went from a place of having things bottled up to being completely freed from the confinement of what that means, from the confinement of the sensation like, oh, there's so much slumbering within that you have not been able to process or let go of. You are exiting September a completely new energetic frequency and on a completely new high because of this process that's going on here of the letting go, the opening the lid and letting go of what no longer serves you and is no longer meant to be yours. So my beautiful Capricorn baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it insightful and that you actually found these messages to be tangible and applicable within real life. Because after all, these tarot readings are meant to make your life better and for you to be able to actually act on them, not just listen to them and think, well, what do I do from here on out? So if you made it all the way to the end of your reading, leave a bubble emoji. They're like these beautiful bubble emojis. Leave them below in the comment section because that represents you being a Capricorn. The only way you would know to leave the bubble emoji in the comment section to claim this reading is by being a Capricorn, tuning into your reading to the end. So if you know, you know. I can't wait to see your bubble emojis below in the comment section, you guys. You know how I love to interact with you down there. And wherever you are in this world, my gorgeous Cappy, I'm sending you so much love. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of our upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Aquarius baby. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your September prediction where we talk all things Aquarius. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading where you got to pick from the 3 symbols that I had for you during the intro. But now let's talk all things Aquarius, one of my favorite air signs. Well, let's be real. Actually, Aquarius is my favorite air sign. Shout out to my Aquarius friends. So let's move into it. We've got listen to your intuition. September is a month where a lot of clarity will be missing. I'm just going to be frank with you. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. So you're going to have to listen to your intuition. Like, is that a red flag? Is it a green flag? Let's just listen to our intuition. Let's not wait for answers because we may be waiting into the year 2025. Let's just listen to our intuition and make a decision. That's what I see here for Aquarius for the month of September. Then we have look for a sign. I want you to know here that looking for signs is the best way for you to make intuitive decisions because your intuition, if it is biased, it is based on past experiences and patterns that you have had to go through. So if, for example, you are dealing with someone where intuitively you can tell, okay, they're love bombing, they're manipulative, they're a bit of a liar, look for those signs, listen to your intuition, act on them. If you can tell that, okay, someone is answering all of your questions with ease, someone is very transparent, they don't seem uncomfortable when you touch their phone, all right, that is a green flag. Look for that sign, listen to your intuition. Spirit is trying to say to you, there is no need to worry. Aquarius, I know you're always in your head. Your mind is always running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. You are a chronic overthinker. You are a rebel. You are intuitive, independent, and also have this sense of philanthropic need to change the world for the better. And with so much going on, you can tend to worry a ton as well about whether what you're doing is right, about your goals, your aspirations. You're not the type of sign that is too self-conscious in the sense of, oh, is what you're doing even good enough? You know that your bare minimum is better than a lot of people's good days. But the thing is, you are such a high achiever, you're an overachiever, that often you don't see how much effort and care and love you've put into things is actually freaking incredible. And someone has to tell you, my gorgeous Aquarius, because you really tend to undervalue and underestimate some of your best work that you ever created. And I see here within Get Clear, Spirit is literally saying to you, come on now, Aquarius, get clear on the fact that you're a winner. Get clear on the fact that, you know what? Yeah, you are freaking good at what you do. Yeah, you are a nice person. You are a philanthropist, a people lover, a creator, a business mogul. You are all of those things. And get clear on the fact that, you know what? Sometimes you can also lean back and just rest on your laurels and be happy with what you have accomplished up until this point. You don't always have to do more, bigger, better, more extravagant. No. Sometimes it is time for you to relax and rest and recuperate. September is definitely one of those months. Just listen to your intuition, do what your intuition tells you to do. If your intuition tells you to take a nap, take that nap and don't feel bad for it. Absolutely do not apologize for listening to your intuition and what your body actually needs. Next up, we've got the number 8. We've got this keyhole. We have doves. We have a message of the solar plexus energy. Stand in your light. Yes, Aquarius, stand in your light and know that your light is enough. You often try to overcompensate by putting in the most work, the most hours, doing the best work, being the most intelligent, being the most forward-thinking, being the most innovative, which is all great. That is why you guys are the Steve Jobs, the Elon Musks, the Oprahs of the world. But the thing is that sometimes you don't even need to be doing all that to unlock the door to the next level. You know when you're playing a video game, whether it's like Mario Kart or like Angry Birds or one of those things, sometimes you have already won, you're already at the finish line, you've already gotten all of the points you need to get to the next level, and you can either just say, okay, on to the next, or you can still like play those final hits or seconds, you can still, you know, go around the corner and just do another lap. You really don't need to in real life. Like, yeah, sure you can, but why use your energy for a victory lap when you can either relax or do the next thing? You know, people can see what you're made of. People can see you're victorious. You don't need the victory lap. Now, in waves crash and stars fall, I see for Aquarius that honestly, the nighttime is where it's at during September. Going out to very regal, classy, beautiful places, very demure, very cutesy, wearing these kind of like, you know, old wealth type of outfits, wearing these very demure looks, and having a good time at night. Okay, you have not done that in a minute. And I see here that for you also dreams are coming back in September, especially if you haven't dreamt in a long time. Aquarius, September is a month of intense dreaming, intense remembering if you believe in past lives and connections to your ancestors. In case you've doubted that, read the book Many Masters, Many Lives, or Many Lives, Many Masters. I'm not sure in which order, but that is the title of the book. You're gonna see past lives from a completely different perspective after reading that book, I promise you. So here within Waves Crash and Stars Fall, know that a lot of interesting things are happening at night for you in September. I'm not a big fan of telling people to be night owls because also nothing good happens after a certain time at night. Like after like 11 or 12, I think we're done with good things happening, except dreams. But you get what I mean. Demure, cutesy, respectful, mindful outings. That's what we've got here for September for you. Next up, we've got hope on the horizon. So you will receive information in your dreams that is going to show you the key to unlock what you want in your future. And the thing is, I have gotten so many messages and downloads in meditation. I don't dream as much. Well, meaning I don't remember my dreams as much at this point in time. Perhaps I can somehow remember them more through some sort of supplements. Maybe there's even some sort of plant medicine that allows you to remember your dreams more. I would never do anything too heavy, but you know, something like a herb that you can literally get anywhere, or like a Chinese medicine kind of thing. If you know something like that, let me know below in the comment section, because that's where I still have a lot of learning to do. But I do just want you to know here that the month of September is a month of information to unlock the next chapter. Now within Tell It Like It Is, you are not shy in September, let's put it that way. There's going to be someone who tries you in September and you're like, no. Just no. I don't need your unsolicited advice. I don't need this unhelpful opinion of negativity. This Aquarius wants to mind their own business, but if you want to try me, if you want to go there, okay, we can go there. That's the kind of energy you got going in September, and I can't blame you. I can't blame you, my gorgeous Aquarius. And it is actually just protecting you from people who are looking for someone to test, to try, and it ain't gonna be you. So my beautiful Aquarius baby, this is the reading I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Make sure that you leave a dove emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know you're an Aquarius who made it all the way to the end of their reading, because that is the only way you would know. It's one of those things, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. So I want to see all those dove emojis by my Aquarius babies below in the comment section. And wherever you are on this gorgeous planet, whether it's day or night, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait for us to catch up in your upcoming predictions. Hello, my beautiful Pisces babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your September predictions, which is based on your zodiac sign. So we're going to talk all things Pisces. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading, which was based on one of the 3 symbols that you chose at the start of this video. Well, during the intro, where we got to speak to one another. But now we'll talk all things Pisces. Let's see what September brings for you, because you guys know I don't play here on this channel. I make sure that you guys get all the deets. So the first card that we're receiving is ask for help from others. My gorgeous Pisces, do you sometimes feel like a burden? Do you find it hard to ask for help? Do you not want to put others in the uncomfortable position of needing to help you, even though maybe they don't have the time or the resources, or they don't truly want to? Because one thing that I can see here is that you're definitely overthinking that. Your guides are trying to say to you, Pisces baby, stop overthinking. There are actually people who are, well, like you, empaths, people who like to help, people who like to do things for others, people who like to provide in various different ways. Let them do so. Remember the last time someone allowed you to help them with something that you were good at and they sucked at? How amazing that felt for you to be able to help someone, to be able to put a smile on someone else's face. Now, I want you to know some people will feel amazing when they can do that for you. Learn to receive, my gorgeous Pisces, because during the month of September is the perfect time for you to get good at this, because you are in a spot of receiving more help, more material things than you ever have before, and it is the perfect time for you to learn to accept so you don't miss out on any of these gifts from the universe. And I want to remind you of the fact that it's not just these people that we see on Instagram receiving princess treatment who are able to have this life. It's you as well, my beautiful Pisces. Newsflash, you're an amazing person. You deserve all of the things that are being offered to you during the month of September, and I want you to accept. I want you to stop overthinking it. Just enjoy. All right, my gorgeous Pisces, you've done enough overthinking. You've done enough helping out others without asking anything in return. We know you're selfless, we know you're kind, we know you're giving, we know you're generous, we know all of that. Okay, you don't need to keep proving. Now next up, we've got the leap of faith. So for my beautiful Pisces, I see that September brings a huge leap of faith. It's like you're jumping off this cliff and it's either sink or swim. It's either fly or fall. And I do see here that Spirit is trying to say to you, I'm proud of you getting to this point where you're taking the leap of faith confidently, just as we have depicted here in my Wild Muse Oracle. You are no longer afraid because you've taken other leaps, and guess what? You've flown. You were able to thrive. You came out the other side. And the thing is, like, you're just being honest with yourself. It's not even about being conceited. It's not even about being cocky, in love with yourself. It's like, yeah, you have succeeded before. Why would you not succeed again? And I love this healthy courage and self-belief that you're starting to develop. My beautiful Pisces, you've come a very long way. And it's amazing and mesmerizing to see you finally thriving. And every single step counts. You have now built your confidence up to the point where you take leaps. And now the next step is to learn to receive, to learn to ask for help from others. It doesn't make you any less strong. It doesn't make you any less deserving of the things that you want because, ooh, someone helped you. Guess what? The most successful people on this planet are people who have asked so many others for help, people who are not afraid to ask for help. Those are the most successful people. I want you to remember that asking for help is not a weakness. It actually shows that you're humble, and it actually shows that you are a student of life, willing to learn from those who have come before you. You're not too proud. You're not putting yourself in a position where you're taking on more work and making more mistakes instead of just learning from those who came before you. Why do that? I see here within the sacral energy that you've got this huge creative charge to you during the month of September. So let's not be surprised if you have 1,000,001 ideas that you want to follow through on when it comes to businesses, side hustles, and ways that you can amp up your different revenue streams. Okay, the sacral energy shows that something is exploding within you, basically. And it's almost as though you're in a position of finally feeling like you are in control over your creative flow. And now it's just, what do you pick? You have so many great ideas, but you want to focus more on staying rooted. We've got root energy. You want to build something from love. You don't just want to do 100 things like half-ass. The things that you do, you want to do them well. And that's something that's rare in this day and age. Everyone just wants all of the rewards, but they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the love. They don't want to put in the care. They just want the results immediately. And I see here for you that what that does is that it actually puts you in a sphere where there isn't as much competition, because guess what? It is lonely at the top. A lot of people aren't willing to go that extra mile that you are willing to go. And I want you to know that that already puts you miles ahead of the competition, my gorgeous Pisces. And that's something to be proud of. That's something that doesn't just go, without say. All right, so we've got a message here from the Green Book, which is a movie, I believe. This is what we've got. They don't have a choice, but you do. And I want to remind you here, my gorgeous Pisces, that your guides want to say to you, so many people on this planet, so many people, they don't have a choice, and you do. And I know this is subjective, but just think about it. The people who don't have a choice but to deal every single day with, for example, a terminal illness, with taking care of someone who can't take care of themselves. You have your own struggles, you have your own things where you feel like you don't have a choice and you have to deal with it. However, I want to remind you that you've got a lot more choices than you give your life credit for. Spirit is trying to say to you, you have so many choices. The bar is extremely low in 2024 because no one wants to put in the effort anymore. You can do extraordinary things in a sense of you don't have to go that far to be extraordinary. You can literally just be consistent and disciplined. And I want you to see here within the Four of Diamonds, stop being cheap on yourself. That's what your guides are trying to say to you. I know it sounds a little passive aggressive and rude, but that's the way I'm getting it from Spirit. Like, stop being cheap on yourself, Pisces. It's enough. Stop shopping in the sales section for these outfits and pieces that you know you cannot combine with anything, that you know are just going to sit in your closet, and you're going to be proud that you saved a lot of money, but you're never going to wear it, and it's not going to go with anything. Okay, so the Four of Diamonds reverse shows buy quality, buy it once, invest, and then enjoy. And you won't have to think about it again because you actually purchased quality. I see here within the Empress that September brings you this Empress energy of fertility, of being this person that you gotta really value yourself. And remember, you being in someone's life means you're bringing fertile energy into their existence. Because whatever it is that you touch, it does turn to gold. It does multiply. And I want you to know here within the Empress, this also shows high levels of attractiveness. Please do not be shocked and surprised for people to come up to you in September and try to speak to you, try to get your number, try to link up with you, try to take you out on a date. Pisces, you are really doing a thing. It's almost like you have these pheromones on you during the month of September. Okay, so we have Pawn. So one thing that I can see here within Pawn is that when it comes to the month of September, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, have fun, and not take life too seriously. Because sometimes you have definitely taken your life so seriously that it's like, why even do that to yourself? Why even put yourself in a position where you take everything so seriously that people can hurt you easily, people can hurt your feelings just like that. I do see here with P1, okay, place number 1, if you don't feel as though you're the number 1 choice, if you don't feel like you are on place 1 with another person, please give yourself permission to discard them and discard the relationship. Please give yourself permission to do the same, even if you are married, even if you're in a long-term relationship. Not that I'm an advocate for quote unquote giving up, but honestly, like at the end of the day, no one is going to look out for you the way you're going to look out for you. And of course, your big sis from the internet, your guides, your angels, and so on. But you get what I'm trying to say, my beautiful Pisces. You have to be on place one, but in order for others to understand, you will only accept first place. You have to treat yourself like you are P1 in your own life. All right? So I want you to know here, my absolutely stunning Pisces babies, this is a reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Leave a volcano emoji below in the comment section. I believe there is a volcano emoji. I believe I've even used it before as one of the timestamp emojis. So make sure you leave that in the comment section, because that is the only way that anyone would know you're a Pisces and you watched your reading all the way to the end. It's one of those things that if you know, you know. Wherever you are on this gorgeous planet, my gorgeous Pisces babies, I love you. I'm sending you hugs, prosperity, and I can't wait for us to connect and catch up within your upcoming prediction.